I don't mind the set.
Oh, this is a great set.
Pretty nice, right?
Great set. I've
How's
got
our
the
audio?
booze. Whew, audio is sounding good, I believe.
Are we live?
We are live.
Holy shit, we're live.
Yeah, 10 seconds in. Here we go.
Sorry.
Ever since you had that segment about moose knuckles, I gotta check now.
No, dude.
Make sure.
I don't got.
That was
yeah.
that had me dying.
I got a rabbit pellet going on tonight.
Good old rabbit belly. Gotta watch out for those. I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. But
Can we rip our audio up in the headset a little bit?
Yeah, let's rip that up a little.
Sorry, guys.
This is what you get with the live, you know? Whew, all right. I feel like I keep looking over there. Hang on. All right.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Maddie, how we doing?
Dude, I'm doing great. Tell you what, I missed you last week.
Oh, dude, I had a backiotomy. I almost fell down cooking a brisket. And I appreciate you just smearing me for it. I know you didn't believe me.
No, I believed you. I just had to give you shit for
I was
it.
bummed out, dude. I really was.
I know you were.
Yeah.
It was a last-minute situation. And, you know, I appreciate you giving it the good old effort behind trying to make it happen, and then you're just like, yeah, I just can't do it.
Couldn't walk, dude. I had a commode over my toilet. I had a front wheel walker, bariatric wheelchair. That was set up for about 4 days. So, anyways.
All right, you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's rock and roll, dude.
Let's get this bad boy going. I know the image isn't going to be the greatest tonight. We're on the Wi-Fi here out at Trevor's, and I got to tell you, it is absolutely jam-packed. Ever since Dave Portnoy did the pizza review, it's absolutely insane out here. Every single day, they are just absolutely packed. It is the best pizza. What did Ian say? It's the best pizza.
Something. It's
west
like
of the Mississippi.
All the dough is handmade from scratch. It takes 3 days from start to finish to get this dough ready to cook. I think Portnoy gave it an 8.4. Best west of Chicago, I think, is what he said. And since then, they have been packed with people. And they don't serve ranch here.
They do not. They
no
do
ranch,
not
so
serve
don't come
ranch.
here and ask for ranch.
Because people are like, oh, I'm going to get the cheese pizza. I need some ranch. Don't have ranch.
Don't do it.
And Nick Nowitzki, see, this is going to be the tough part tonight.
What's that?
I'm not going to be able to put the comments up on the screen like I normally do during the live, but I can read them. So as long as you guys are posting them, I'll be able to read them. We just don't have the mouse tonight.
Oh, I didn't know you were ever putting them
down
on the screen. That's great.
Yeah,
okay.
So during the live, I normally do. Nick Nowitzki says from good old Twitter, what rating on the old-fashioned boss? So
what whiskey's
right
in
now,
there?
I did the Sazerac rye. So I'm a rye guy. I love rye, and I ended up putting that in there old-fashioned. I would probably go 6.2 on this one. 6.2.
Were you about to go above that rating, or were
no?
Okay.
No, it was always going to be in the 6s.
No, I mean 3 maybe, or were you going 1 and you stumbled on 2? Like, where are you leaning there? Sorry.
I was leaning towards a low 6. I just think, it's a bar drink. I didn't make it fancy. And just to get us moving, I might ask our guy Jude here, who Jude and Ian helping us out tonight. But Jude, I got to ask him, hey, Jude, can you make an old-fashioned?
Hey, Jude.
#1 best in the world.
Jude Law, let's go.
We'll see what he can do. Cart Barn guys, good old Kyle says, I'll take some ranch. I think I just lost audio in my ear. I don't know what happened.
Did
there.
you?
Oh, well. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Okay. I'm looking. We're still good. Yeah, we're still.
Yeah, we got a little quieter. Mine did too.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Guys, let us know if it is still all right on the audio side.
What happened?
I actually don't know.
Hello.
Yeah, I can still hear you. I can hear me, but it's just not as loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. It kind of
just die
the amp
out.
went down or something. Is it on me?
The amperage.
Did I short something here? Anyways, No big deal. Let's make sure the audience can hear us. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, just give us a
Can we get
thumbs
a
up if
fucking
you
thumbs
can
up,
go
please?
ahead and hear us. You're all good, fellas, says Nick. Perfect. All right.
Thank
Let's
you,
go
Nicholas.
ahead and get started here. I think we're starting to get everybody starting to come on now, so let's go ahead and get this moving and grooving. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. With me tonight is our co-host, Butsy. He is back from his back grill injury, grilling that brisket. And thank goodness he is. I've missed him. And we're over here at Trevor's in Arcadia, the #1 pizza spot. Who would imagine in a liquor store? #1 pizza spot west of the Mississippi. Dave Portnoy from
According to the Portman.
good old Barstool Sports. He
Yep.
came in here, rated this, I believe, an 8.2, which I got to tell you, I've had him numerous times now, and it is by far the best pizza in Arizona. Absolutely love it. So let's get into it on tonight's
fucking
episode.
crazy.
The RBC Canadian Open. We're going to recap that bad boy. We're going to get into golf's longest day recap, which is the U.S. Open final qualifiers.
Ooh.
That happened yesterday.
That's 2 rounds, right?
A lot of action there. Yes, 36 holes in one day. U.S. Women's Open, we added this. We normally don't cover the women too much, but I got to tell you, I polled the audience today on Twitter, and they all said that they wanted to hear it, so we'll get into it. We also got the upcoming Memorial Tournament. That's going to be a gem of a golf tournament. We got the Swannies style segment, and we got LIV Golf Houston as to round it all out at the end here. Our favorite topic, good old LIV Golf. But let's get into the Swannies promo real quick because, folks, make sure to utilize promo code PullHookGolf25 at check. Or is it 25 or 20? God, I am losing my mind lately. Good old PullHookGolf25 at checkout. Get 25% off your entire order at Swannies.co. I'm rocking the polo tonight. I got the shorts on, and then even got the good old golf mules on. Yeah. So we got that going. I'll show you guys those a little bit later on. But the winner of the contest, in case anybody was wondering on Instagram, was Zane Davidson. I've had about 50 companies absolutely reach out and go, what software did you use for that raffle? That is so cool. I'm like,
What
it's
did
an
you
app.
use?
It's just an app, dude.
What app?
But what's cool, it's a raffle app. And what's cool about it is that you can put in how many times somebody entered.
Okay.
So, and it does all the odds for you and everything, and then you spin the wheel, and that's what comes up. So, Zane Davidson.
Good for him.
Yeah, right? That's awesome.
Wow. So what
Really
did he
cool.
win?
$250 worth of Swannies gear. He's getting a hat, a polo, a layer, shorts. I think that's it. I think that adds up.
He might
to,
get laid for the first time in his life.
Good old $250.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Congrats, Zane. Now, on to our opening segment, which is the RBC Canadian Open recap. First off, the fans were absolutely awesome. unmute, and everything will be okay, they say. Can you hear me? No.
No. Can you guys hear us? Oh, wait. Hang on. We're getting something here.
Oh, wait, I can hear you.
You can hear me.
Can you hear me?
No. It's your microphone. Oh, there. Wait a second. Now.
Holy shit. Oh, we are back. We're back. We're so sorry, folks. Oh, temporary difficulties of mass proportion. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Kyle said, is that a Grill Master butt flex? Not quite sure. You're going to have to ask the man himself.
I can't see his, there's a leg of the tripod there that's covering up the end of the.
Is that Grill Master butt flex?
Grill Master butt flex. I don't know what that means, but let's just go with yeah.
Yeah, let's.
You're fucking damn right it is, brother.
Let's keep it moving, keep it grooving. Holy shit.
All right, back
Can't believe
to it.
that happened. Canadian people are awesome.
Yes, we were talking about the fans, right?
Yeah, the good old Canadian Open. We're recapping that bad boy, and the fans were awesome. They were super polite. That was one of the weirdest things.
Yeah.
So they were like applauding players that were like two-putting, like as if like, hey, great job. Great job.
See, I saw something different. I don't know if it was like hole 12. Was it par 4 maybe? I think I saw like 9 people almost hole out, and it was just like claps like they tapped in. Like I saw like like 9 shots inside 3 feet, and nobody said it. So I don't know. Maybe we're talking about different things.
Hate those fans on the 12th hole.
Yeah,
terrible.
That's the deaf hole.
Absolutely terrible. We went from Canadian fans are awesome.
That's where the deaf
Canadian
people
fans are terrible.
Yep.
So we got that going for us,
Look
which
at
is
that
nice.
guy. Holy
but
shit.
we're a big fan of the rink hole.
Yes.
Like that rink hole, that par 3, just pounding the boards.
Oh yeah.
Just I don't know what that movement was, but you know, but that was
pounding.
Great. They were absolutely just pounding the boards, and every time a Canadian player came to that hole, they were singing the Canadian anthem.
Which is what? I can't what is it? Do you know it?
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I don't even know
It's
if that's
pretty
right.
good.
But
I
I feel like it's pretty good.
That's
I feel
not
like
it.
it's accurate. It's got to be accurate. Oh, Canada.
Hey?
I think that's it.
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Son of a bitch, that was a great shot there.
Out and about there in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
if you get a
shit.
little...
Hit me with a pork pie.
Yeah. And so, with that said, we also had a foreigner win, which is good old lefty Scottishman, Robert Bobby the Man McIntyre.
Yes, Robert
The
McIntyre.
lefty. What do you think about him and his dad? His dad was on the bag.
He said something, didn't he, at the end? Like, I'm just a grass clipper.
Yeah.
I'm a grass.
Yeah, from Scotland.
You ain't cutting the yard no more, pimp.
No, he was I believe he mowed the grass at the old course.
Really?
No, not really.
That would be really cool.
I cannot confirm
like,
nor
I don't-
deny. But I
is
think
that
he
true?
was. I think he was a greenskeeper guy out
Okay.
of one of the golf courses.
I
I
grew
could
up
be
mowing.
completely wrong on that. Could be completely fake news, and I apologize for that, folks. But good old Robert McIntyre wins it. Had his dad on the bag. That was pretty freaking cool.
Pretty cool.
And he did have a run-in, though. It was not all smooth and easy for good old Bobby McIntyre. He had an issue with a drone. Him and a drone
I heard about this. I did
really
not see
had
it.
some issues going on. That drone was not his friend. And on the back nine, it had finally gotten to him. The announcers, so you got good old Jim Nance. You got Immelman, I believe, was in there with him. And they're going, he's going to have to get used to drones. Like, this is the future
Yeah.
of golf broadcasts.
Yeah.
But to his credit, he wanted to see an official about it. He's like, this is bullshit. And sure enough, they ended up taking down the drone for the rest of the round. Had no coverage from the drone due to
Never
good
make
old
it on
Bobby
the live tour.
McIntyre.
Never make
No.
it on the live tour.
Now, this is also the guy who really complained about the PGA Tour in a lot of ways, about how on the DP World Tour, it's like a family out there. The guys, when they're traveling, they all go out to dinner together.
Support each other.
Yeah, it's all like camaraderie and everything. And I can see that, right?
Yeah.
But with the U.S. Tour, guys are all doing their own thing. Because you got to, I mean, they
bunch
all
of
have their
pricks.
own crews.
They got their own crews. They got their own camps. They got their trainer. They got their head coach. They got their swing coach. You got somebody applying warm milk to their calves in the morning. Like, yeah, I'm sure it's way different. It would be cool if they had more camaraderie.
It would be, right?
Like, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's...
But on the DP World Tour, I feel like they're traveling from country to country. It's not like they're going from state to state. So they're going to all these different countries. Families aren't really following them around, I believe. So sure enough, like, he's going around and got a huge group of guys that they're all playing golf with. I mean, I've heard the stories from guys that have been around John Daly, Mac O'Grady, and so forth when they were all traveling around on the European tour, and how they would do everything together. So I get that.
But it's like that. It's like the DP World Tour. I don't want to say it's AAA baseball, but
it's AAA baseball.
AAA baseball is the same way, right? Like, it's the same thing. And then you get to the show, and like things change. The tour, PGA Tour, is the show.
Yeah.
So there you go. So things change. You're an entity now. You're a brand. You're your own thing.
I don't think our international audience really understands just how powerful American sports are and why these guys want to come over to the PGA Tour and play on the PGA Tour, because there's so much more money. The leagues, the television rights, everything is so much more powerful here in the U.S.
Right.
And so, yeah, the DP World Tour is kind of like AAA baseball in a lot of ways.
You feel accurate about it? I don't want to I don't want to stifle it or downgrade it, but yeah, the PGA Tour is the show, dude.
Yeah,
that's the NFL. Like, that's.
I'm in full agreement. Careful of tapping the table just because it's moving the camera when you do it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
let me get off there. Let me get the leg off.
Austin
there.
Whittington said, "Someone find Bob a friend. We got to find Bob a friend."
Bob.
Bob McIntyre. By the way, good old Bobby Mac. If you need a caddy that is Scottish, let me know. I know a guy.
I do too.
So
his name's Jimmy Gunn.
Oh God!
Can you imagine those two?
Jeez.
Do you think Robert McIntyre is alive today?
if Jimmy Gunn was on the bag,
they'd be dead.
Yeah, he'd probably be dead. Yeah, he probably wouldn't be alive.
No.
It takes a special breed.
Be in a hot tub full of beer. Sorry.
That being said, Brian over on Twitter says, "What players would be in your little clique if y'all were on tour?" That's a great question.
Who would I hang out with?
Yeah, who would be in your crew?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know these guys well enough. Like, I think a lot of these guys put on a show, to the fans, and they save face, and then behind closed doors, like, Phil looks like the nicest guy on earth, but I've heard he's an absolute dick face. So you would want to say, yeah, I'd be hanging out with Phil, but then Phil would probably look at you after he got done talking to the fans and be like, fuck this guy, you're nobody, So I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. But just off of merit alone, I think Knapp would be a pretty cool dude to hang out with.
He's here in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I'd like to get in the gym with him, show him what's going on, show him how an iron bull really moves around that place. But, yeah, outside of him, I don't know. Who would you like?
So
some of these guys, so it's kind of cheating.
I know. I feel like the most inappropriate answer that everybody doesn't want to hear from me is that I would probably want to hang out with Spieth and Justin Thomas because I've been around those guys.
Really?
And so Justin Thomas is hilarious. Jordan Spieth is just a great dude.
I feel like he could have a really dry sense of humor.
Which one?
Spieth.
Spieth, I never really got a sense of Spieth's humor. JT's humor was always there.
He's got it, though. He's a funny guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So JT is hilarious.
He's not a stiff.
No, absolutely not. And he's a guy that, both of those guys, you can pound some beers with.
I bet I would get along with Tiger. I'd like to think I could get along with Tiger.
Did I ever tell you my one interaction with Tiger?
You have an interaction with Tiger?
I did, one time.
What happened?
Oh, boy. Hang on, before I get to that.
Did his wiener knock your porta-john over when you were taking a piss at a tournament? What happened?
Actually, you know what? There's two run-ins with Tiger. One was in Vegas.
That was the first one.
During the era. So, you reminded me of my bunch of dick swinging going on. Yeah, it was at Club Light, and my good buddy was walking to the bathroom, and Tiger, and at the time, there were two hallways, and they both beeline towards the bathroom. Tiger was coming from one way. He was coming from the other. Tiger was trashed. He had security. My buddy didn't realize that it was Tiger, and they all run into each other. Security, like, tackles my buddy to the ground, and are like, you need to stay out while Tiger's going to the bathroom. So that happened. And then the second run-in with Tiger was actually when I was doing golf simulators.
Okay.
And Tiger was installing a golf simulator at the time, and sure enough, I'm out at Isleworth working an event, and sure enough, first person I see at 5 a.m. in the morning, Tiger Woods. Now, keep in mind what I just told you from the interaction with Tiger at Club Light, right?
Yeah.
And then everything comes out, all the transgressions, we'll call it.
Is this when he was like chased down with the, wrecked his first car? Or
we used to have VIP
wrecked a lot
girls
of
come
cars.
up and go, do you know that I had Tiger Woods, blah, 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 like telling us stories, right? And we'd be like,
Big
shut up.
stories,
like,
too.
Shut up. Like, that's not true. Tiger's not like that. We didn't know Tiger, so we're just going off of his public image. We're like, no, absolutely no way. When it all went down and everything came out, we're like, oh, shit. We got to send some apology letters to some VIP girls out in Vegas at Club Light because, yeah, we were the ones. They were not lying. We were the ones that were wrong, and we apologized for that. So
we were naive about Tiger back then.
Exactly. So sure enough, I run into him at 5 a.m. Lots of thoughts are going through my mind. He stands up, looks at me. I look at him, and he goes, oh, you're with so-and-so, right? I won't name the company. And I'm like, yeah. And sure enough, a million thoughts are going through my mind. And all these Vegas thoughts are going through my mind, right? So I'm just like, he's like, well, trying to start a conversation at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, I got to go. People need me. See you later. And I just buzzed past Tiger. He's the only like celebrity athlete that I've ever been like shell shocked by, but it wasn't for the reasons you would imagine of his greatness and everything. It was because of everything that I had known from Vegas, and then to like have that interaction at 5 a.m. It was just a lot. He was sitting there with his mother having breakfast in the Champions room. So, yeah. Anyways.
He tickled his head, and then you were on your way.
I was on my way. And now we're just 1 degree of separation away from Tiger Woods with Lance Bennett being on the bag. Multi-guest here on the podcast.
1.5 degrees, I would say.
Yeah. So I don't know if we'll ever get Tiger on the podcast, but that's okay. Anyway,
I'd say it's pretty likely.
It might be likely.
Yeah.
It could happen next week. You don't know.
You just don't know.
You just never know. We've got Austin Whittington threw in there. Better yet, who would you intentionally ostracize?
I forgot what ostracize means. Kid, somebody fill me in. I'm usually pretty good with words.
Basically
but
not, like, exclude. I believe that's what that means, if I'm not mistaken.
Who would I not exclude?
Yeah, who would you exclude? Who would you not hang out with? The people that you absolutely would not want to be around.
Are we talking LIV Tour, too, or just the PGA Tour?
Whatever comes to mind for you.
I feel like I don't like almost everybody out there. I feel like they're all a bunch of little horse jockey wieners that I just probably wouldn't get along with. And they're stiff and they're full of themselves. They're all less than, 5.5 feet tall. And they think there's a lot of syndromes. There's a lot of humongous egos out there, and that's not my style. So,
yeah, I can attest to that.
I would have to interact with everybody and kind of vet them before I found probably anybody that I would like. So going into the deal, I would say probably all these guys, except for I could tell Jake Knapp's cool.
And then we got Kim Jong-il. He's back. He says, hey. Just hey.
Oh, Kim Jong-il.
Hey, King Jong.
How are you? Why you don't have jail coat?
How you good?
That's why you don't have no boyfriend.
I don't even know how to respond to that or like follow that up. I'm just going to let that one live and breathe on its own.
Sorry.
So we got that going for us.
Buffed a nail.
All right, so we covered good old Bobby McIntyre winning the good old running Canadian Open, the RBC. Good old Kyle over at Cart Byron, guys, says rubber baby rubber bumpers.
That's an Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. The rubber baby buggy bumpers.
There you go. Yeah. You got it. Good old Arnold impersonation.
Sorry.
Do you know when actually you don't know, because when I went to go do the transcript for the 2 podcasts ago, and you did the Charles Barkley voice, that the AI could not, it's like unknown guest.
Really?
So it identifies you completely all the way through, and then it's like 13 seconds of unknown guest, and I'm like, who the hell could this be? Like, who jumped on the pot? And then it's you doing a Charles Barkley impersonation.
Oh, it doesn't. It can't tell.
It can't tell. You did such a good job
Stupid
with
ass
it.
AI.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways,
Moving on. So
Moving.
caddy corrections from last week, by the way. And I'm a little bit embarrassed that this happened because I haven't been up to speed with some of the caddy stuff that's been going on. So I'm going to get correct on this and get updated here. But some caddy corrections and injuries that took place. So last week I said Daniel Gregory, son of Bobby Brown, was still on the bag for Pearson Coody, which is not correct, folks. Apparently Pearson split with Daniel the week of the Valero. Now, I did mention on last week's podcast that Daniel stayed true and loyal to Pearson
okay.
because he could have gotten a top 20 bag and decided to stay with Pearson.
Okay.
So that goes to show you, folks, that the revolving door of caddies is real.
Oh,
and when you get an opportunity to take a big bag, you need to take that big bag.
yeah.
That's my personal thing on that. But
Take the bag, get the bag.
they split the week of the Valero. So Daniel's currently with David Lipsky, which is a little bit of a letdown compared to Pearson Coody, who's on the rise. Then you got current caddy for Pearson, though, is Ryan Bashovin. So this is the guy that I thought looked just like Bobby Brown. I'm like, he's got the Aussie hat out there, tall, skinny. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, I had to do like a double take
It's
thinking
him.
that was Daniel, but Daniel doesn't look like that. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? And that's why I got confused. But again,
Who's our guy that got
that
sick?
is the revolving.
Or they pulled somebody out of the crowd?
No, so here's the thing. Fluff Cowan. Good old Fluff.
Yeah.
Tiger's old caddy.
Yeah.
Jim Furyk's old caddy. So he's caddying nowadays. He split with Jim Furyk, and he's now with CT Pan. Well, it was wet in Canada on Sunday, and he took a dive. And it seemed like he was going to be all right, but he decided to take the rest of the day off.
That
And
is
so-
not what I heard. I heard that he doesn't have a sense of smell, and for 5 minutes he smelled his mustache for the first time in 20 years and passed out. And they had to get him off there. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Like it popped in.
Didn't know.
Sense of smell. Holy shit. What is this thing? Went to the ground. Had to find somebody else. I don't
There
know.
you go.
That's what I heard. So anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so Fluff Cowan. It's official, folks. Butsy here bringing us
It's not official.
breaking
That's
news.
just what I heard.
Breaking news. He passed out, and they got some big, huge guy named. I have his name here. Canadian fan named Paul Emerson from the crowd, and Paul Emerson ends up finishing the round for CT Pan.
Did he cash a check? How does that work? Does Fluff get the money? Like, how does that work?
I'm sure he gave him like a little tip. Must have to do the right thing.
Who was the guy that stiffed his caddy in Bahamas or
Oh,
whatever?
Cooch.
Yeah.
Good
He
old
didn't
Cooch.
coo-
Oh,
I was going to
in
say he didn't
Mexico.
cooch him.
That was at Mayakoba back when they still had that there.
He
Now
didn't cooch him, though.
Mayakoba-
You don't think he cooched him.
Yeah. Kim Jong-il says he's glad that Rory didn't win on Sunday. And then we got Cart Barn guys, North Pole Willie. Don't know what North Pole Willie is. Butsy doesn't either, apparently.
Not.
We're trying here. We're trying.
Right.
Now, the other thing is Aaron Ryan Rory hit on the top 20 last week. So I had a little parlay with them. I was talking about Aaron Rye, how the two gloves and the iron covers and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then breaking news, folks. Breaking news. I wasn't going to talk about it until I felt comfortable enough about this.
What's that?
Is that Rory McIlroy and Amanda Balionis are all but confirmed, folks,
Is
at
that
this
real?
point. It was a not-so-normal hug after his interview on Sunday, little rubbing on the back action.
right.
And then TMZ ran with this, so we're not the first ones to talk about it. But I will say, know some fans that were there in person. Some of them took some photos. They said they overheard that Rory said to her during the hug, Domino's, Netflix, and chill, ? To which she responded, absolutely.
I heard that he dressed her up as a Domino's delivery driver. Sorry.
Yeah, he's
Again,
going to be
another
treated
thing I heard.
real good in the interviews from here on out as long
Is
as
he
he is
sponsored
laying it
by
down.
Domino's?
He should be.
What in the fuck?
He loves Domino's.
Yes.
Which we're here at the best pizza place in Arizona, Trevor's Liquor in Arcadia. Dave Portnoy, 8.2 with the one bite challenge. So, guys, get down here to Trevor's. Get that cheese pizza. It is absolutely phenomenal. I've had it numerous times down here. And, hey, Jude.
Jude.
We need some more.
Dude, where are you?
Okay. So,
I keep getting everybody coming out of the bathroom looking right at me.
yeah, they're eyeballing you, dude.
Yeah.
They're eyeballing you. Now, with the entire Rory Amanda Balionis thing,
The Domino's conspiracy.
why does this make sense? Why don't you go with this one first? Why does this make sense?
I don't really know much of now Amanda Balionis, but she must like guys that are made out of cardboard because Rory strikes me as about the most boring human being that on the planet of Earth outside of the golf course. I've watched him throw a baseball. I've watched him do a lot of stuff outside of golf, and he just looks like a super closed-off dork. So if that's what she's into outside of the fact that he's one of the wealthiest golfers to ever play the game, there you go.
It makes sense for Rory because she's going to be at every fucking tournament.
Yeah.
So,
Does that make sense for Rory, though?
yeah, because he doesn't have to worry. Like, she's never going to complain, you're playing too much golf.
Sounds
she's
like a
gonna be
fucking
like,
nightmare.
Rory, play in more tournaments. I want to bang.
See, I go the other way with it. Would you really want your significant other on site every week?
Not over a long stretch of time, but I will say this. I will say this. It's fun when it's new and exciting. So that's why Rory's got his game back right now. Amanda Balionis.
You think he goes down? You think he starts following like this tiger path here, where he kind of goes through her, and then there's another one, and I don't know. Do you think that's in Rory's cards?
Oh, it's absolutely
Is he a player?
it's up for debate for sure.
Okay.
I mean, the little Irishman, he's got some abs. So ladies dig the abs.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some dig the dad bods like us. So there we go. Now,
You think I got a dad bod?
I have a dad bod.
Dude, thanks,
I was
man. That's
just
actually
saying.
like a compliment.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks, dude.
We
Thanks,
work
man.
out.
Fuck yeah. Sort of.
Yeah, we just have one packs.
We drink and eat food, too, though,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we like living. We like life.
yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I'll still oil up, though.
Yeah, every once in a while,
Sure.
which is fun.
Anyways.
Now, leaderboard rundown here. We got Ben Griffin once again finishing second. I think this is like his second place over the past year. So he was at 15 under, so close to winning. Victor Perez at 14 under.
Dude, it was a shootout Sunday.
Was a shootout Sunday.
Like-
Well, Bobby McIntyre came into the round 4-shot lead.
I made a note here about Sunday. Hang on a sec. What did I say?
Well, I'm
Go
going
on.
to keep
No,
running
keep going,
down
sorry.
the leaderboard here. So Tom Kim and Rory McIlroy, minus 13. Now, I got a question for you that I threw out to the Twitter sphere, and I asked them, I go, who would you rather have under immense pressure coming down on Sunday? Would you rather have Tom Kim or Rory McIlroy? And I have an answer to this that I feel strongly about, but I'd love to get your take.
I think you're going to go Tom Kim. I think you're going to go Kim, but I'm going Rory. I mean, he's just got more skin, more skin in the game, more time spent. Excuse me, under that kind of heat. There's two. Yeah, I go Rory.
So I got Tom Kim, and here's why.
Knew you would.
Because if you've watched Tom Kim play final rounds when he gets locked in, the guy doesn't miss. He's got an intangible that I don't think we've really seen.
Like, he doesn't waver. There's
He
pressure
just goes.
for him. It is what it is, yeah.
And he starts going after flag sticks, and he makes putts, and it's like, holy shit, Tom Kim's on it. Before he won his first tournament on tour, he was playing in the Scottish Open, and that's when I noticed it. Because he was too far back. He was like 7 or 8 shots back, and goes out and shoots like a 62.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, this kid has that it factor coming down on a Sunday to where he is clutch.
Yeah.
And sure enough, when he won his tournament, forget exactly which tournament it is that he won, but that Sunday, he was unstoppable.
So, how old is Tom Kim? He's in his
God,
20s?
early
20,
20s.
like 24,
Early.
23, something like that. Yeah, so you're seeing something that he looks like a concrete wall on Sunday that can't be bothered, is what you're saying. That's kind of, is that what we're saying there?
Remember Jordan Spieth before hole 12 at Augusta National?
Oh, those were the days.
And how he had like that moxie.
I call
Like
him,
the only guy that ever ran him down in a tournament was the PGA that Jason Day won.
Oh, he was basically like Scotty Scheffler is now. Before then, he was the guy.
Not quite the ball striker, but he could pot. He potted lights out.
Right. Made up
and
for
he used
it.
to make everything. But he had that moxie, the intangible that you can't really put into words, but it's just something that they have.
And you think Rory has hit the fail, even though he's been there more, you think he's hit the fail button so many times and not closed that you would take him?
I mean,
what you're
look at the tournaments that Rory has lost and come in second.
Mm-hmm.
The Open Championship to Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Look at, there's numerous.
That's what I'm saying. There's a ton.
Yeah. I mean, when Rory has
First tee break coming.
when Rory has a day like what he had at
Be careful with this.
the
Hang on. We're close to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
the Wyndham Classic, we're gonna go. Butsy's gonna do a quick bathroom break here, a quick moment for the people. So I had some beers up at Weekapaw when we did the live at Weekapaw, if you were watching, and sure enough, I was like, shit, I gotta use the restroom too. Sure enough, I have a bigger bladder than he does. He might want to get that checked out. We might need to look into a catheter for this poor guy with a bag. But for the most part, when he's pounding beers, that's why I go with the whiskey. And I think when Jude comes back, good old Hey Jude, that I will ask them for their best old-fashioned. That way, Nick Nowitzki, we will get to the bottom of if they have a great old-fashioned here. The best one I've had so far in one of these shows, can you leave a live? Trot golfer, apparently. So, Butsy is back, though. He does run. Makes it quick. Trot golfer want to know. Can you actually leave a live? What? Leave a live stream.
Cardio day. Let's go.
Oh, Jude just ran away.
Jude, you son of a bitch.
Dude, son of a
Can you
gun.
leave a live feed?
Rachel. Oh, she's playing pinball. Could you, next time Jude comes around, can you have him give me their very best old-fashioned?
That could get pricey. You might not want. You're at a goddamn high-end liquor store. That could get out of hand.
Who knows?
I write it off. You write that shit off.
Well, no, it just better be free.
That guy probably actually talks like that. Yeah, I'm headed to the cigar lounge in the back. Sorry.
So, continuing through the leaderboard
You can leave a live.
rundown,
We figured this out.
we got Corey Connors. He finished the best out of the Canadians. Good old 12 under. Then we've got Maverick McNeely, Mackenzie Hughes, and Ryan Fox all finishing up at 10 under. And then Chandler Phillips, he loves to hunt. Keith Mitchell, he loves cashmere. Joel Damon loves big hats. And Sam Burns loves mullets.
And they all
9 under.
chased on Sunday.
They all chased. They all
Nobody
had
fell
a chance.
off.
Yeah.
Nobody fell off.
They
They
all
all
had a
played
chance.
really well.
But McIntyre.
But Bobby showed that good old 4-shot lead. He was going to hang on to that bad boy.
Representing
as
for
long
the lefties.
as the those things that fly in the sky, those drones.
Oh yeah, it was almost like maybe he's never seen one.
I don't know what it was. It was the sound that was getting to him, and I think it was getting a little too close to him. But he got pissed. But what's funny is, even as he's pissed off, calling it an official, decides to go ahead and hit anyways. Sticks it. He stuck it to like 8 feet.
So yeah, so you know
Wound tight that
you
guy.
could say that the drone won the tournament for him.
Wound tight. And Rachel, one other thing. Let him know that I'm going to do a. I'm gonna.
No, you're fine.
That
you're
I'm going
fine.
to rate the old fashioned.
Tell him-
So it's
tell
going to
him
be a live rating.
I need.
Live rating.
We need 3 or 4 more high noons as well.
Hey
This
Jude.
guy's slacking, dude. He literally
Jude.
asked me when we were getting set up. He goes, "What do you guys want me to do when you go live?" I said, "Just stop by every 3 to 5 minutes and just do a pass through. And if we need something, we'll just give you one of these." And he hasn't done that fucking once. No offense to Jude. This place is great. Thanks for having us. But, you know.
So let's talk about the longest day in golf. How about it? Little segue there. Love that.
Sorry.
We've got U.S. Open qualifiers. And there were 13 sites in total, okay? The best one that I saw, or the most dramatic one that I saw, was Cam Davis and Adam Scott in a playoff. I sent this over to you. Did you see that playoff? Oh, no, he didn't see it. All right,
Talk to me. I mean, I love that I'm hearing it for the first time, though, right now.
So they tie the first hole, but then on the second playoff hole, Adam Scott, and by the way, Adam Scott currently has 91 straight major championship appearances.
Holy
91 straight. That is such an accomplishment, right? So
Who's
Adam
that guy?
Scott goes, Rachel got him. So Adam Scott goes and chips in because he's off the green, and Cam Davis is about 15, 20 feet away.
Okay.
Adam Scott chips in.
Pew, pew, pew.
So clutch. And gives like one of those fist pumps, like one of the awkward ones to like
That Adam
nobody's
Scott
around.
does.
Nobody's around, but it's like, yeah, I got to give a fist
Only
bump.
Adam Scotts do that.
And then Cam Davis decides, fuck your 91 consecutive appearances, drops the 20-foot birdie putt to push it to the third playoff hole.
Ooh!
And then Cam Davis
Why
sticks
did I
it
not watch this?
on the third playoff hole. Adam Scott is just off the green, putts it, misses the putt. And sure enough, Cam Davis knocks in his birdie to knock Adam Scott out of the U.S. Open. He is the first alternate, though, out of that group.
He's going to be paying somebody to make somebody
Well,
sick.
You know what's crazy?
He's
And I
got
saw
to
it
get
today.
to 100, right?
I would imagine, like,
That's a
how
thing.
do you not protect this? This is an American, like, this is a
It's monumental.
You got to protect this
It's
guy.
it's monumental.
You got to protect him. But apparently, he's on the outskirts right now because he's not playing in the Memorial either. So the Memorial tournament
man.
that's coming, Adam Scott is not in it as of right now. He did not get a sponsor's exemption either. And it is a signature series event, which this is his last chance to get in other than somebody dropping out of the U.S.
How
Open.
old is Adam Scott? I know I always ask you how old they are, but like I do that as a gauge. Like, is this guy on the way out? Is it?
Yeah,
is
he's
are
now
we in the twilight of the
He's
career?
now in his 40s.
So, yeah. So
But his swing is still so goddamn
he
good.
does not lack length.
No, he does not. And speaking of playoffs, Mr. Playoff himself, Harry Higgs, who won back-to-back Korn Ferry Tour events in playoffs, he ends up getting into a playoff to get into the U.S. Open in the
I
final
fucking
qualifier.
love Harry Higgs.
Harry Higgs, he's really proven himself
Can we get him on
to
the
be
pod?
Mr. Playoff. I think we could.
He's like the type of guy that probably do it.
Well, he was on Smiley's podcast. He's got he's dealing with like a cancer thing on
Is
his
that
face.
I was gonna say? Is that what that was?
Yeah, that's what that was.
Or did he get in a fight with a beaver?
Could be a beaver.
Okay.
But we're just going to go with the fact that,
Thank
yeah,
you,
he
sir.
did that.
What's in that? What is that? What whiskey's in
Oh,
there?
here we go. Botsy, will you grab me that
Of
whiskey?
course. International. Okay.
So this is the international old fashioned. So if somebody comes here, because I'm going to rate this, okay?
Ooh, it smells like cinnamon.
Let's see what we got.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Oh, dear God, folks. This has some, and I'm a big cinnamon fan.
So this is
So-
popular.
Oh,
Popular?
and it's got the ice cube that says Trevor's in it. This is classy. This is classy. Cheers, cheers, Jude. Cheers,
God
Botsy.
damn, this fucking microphone's trying to get me to do something to it. Get
All
out
right,
of
here we
dog.
go. Oh, that's tasty. That's good.
Is it like gingerbread?
That's good. That's really, I give it a thought. So I'm going to say this. I am going to go with a 7.8 on that one. 7.8 on the international old fashioned. That thing is fantastic. Love that. That's a high score.
That's a big score.
That's a big score.
Thanks, Jude.
Holy shit, that's delish.
Do you mind if I try it?
Go for it.
Cool.
Have at it. Wow.
I keep
So
smelling.
Butsy's tooth is doing all right, truck golfer.
Yeah, you're about to get infected. I'm going to put it up in the
Yeah,
flash.
try-
for you.
I might end up. Can you pass it? This is something for like Kim Jong Il
I don't think
because
you
I,
can pass a
think
tooth infection.
Kim Jong
I don't think they're
Il.
contagious.
Kim Jong Il would know this because he's got the right like people around
'Cause he's
him.
Korean?
Because he's dead. But Kim Jong Il, can you
is-
actually
That tastes like gingerbread.
pass a tooth infection from one side to the next? Isn't that delicious?
Not from one
And
side.
it's
Can you?
smooth.
Does it pass from person to person?
Yeah, person to person.
Come here. Let me pop your abscess, man.
But
No, it's down now.
Yeah,
took
he's doing
antibiotics
fine. He's
for
doing
fucking
fine.
2 weeks. I ain't been shitting right the whole time. Anyways,
yeah, he's gonna be all right.
we'll be okay.
He's here, which is huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
No, I missed you.
Trust the
I
confidence.
mean it. I mean it in a way that is very much like
Dude.
I was depressed last week because I'm like, oh, we don't get to do it together.
So I'm
we don't get the banter.
I'm laying in bed literally when you go live, right? To kind of to do the makeup show, right? Because I bailed and the whole thing fucking went to shit. And I see, because I really only watch YouTube at night. Like I only watch Rogan and a bunch of fucking weird, like, Antarctica shit, which we'll get into that later. But I see the live notification come up, and it's like the tears just start running. And like I almost did like a selfie video, like, hey, you out there in the cold. Like, missing the pod tonight because I got a bacchiotomy.
A bacchiotomy with the toothache.
I got a bacchiotomy.
You hate to see it.
Sorry.
Hate to see it. Man down.
I love that we start getting a little loose about 35 minutes.
Yeah,
in. We're 46.
Trot Golfer said, he goes, Butsy was sad last week. He missed you. And I missed him.
Was he sad?
No, you were sad.
No, he said you were
Oh,
sad.
I was sad.
He said, Butsy, he was sad.
Oh, yeah, he's
We
right.
were both
there,
sad,
there needs
dude.
to be a comma after Butsy.
You ever
there.
seen the movie E.T. where they're like, philanthropically connected and E.T.'s laying in that stream? That's how I felt. And then all of a sudden my fingers
I was
lit up.
depressed.
And I was like, and that was Matt right there. Anyways.
And I think I was so thrown off that's why I was so off with the Caddie gossip, because I haven't gotten into the Caddie gossip in so long.
Yeah.
I'm blaming it on that. But LIV Golf had a rough showing out there on the longest day. Only 3 players out of like 30
30 attempt.
advanced to qualifying. Now, there's a lot of people like anti-LIV out
hard,
there.
though.
Anti-LIV. That's what I was saying.
It's
I'm
a
like,
one-day qualifier.
for 36 holes.
Yeah.
It's like, that is brutal.
Who's the guy that won that went and played?
Now, is it a good look for LIV Golf? No, of course not. But does it mean that LIV Golf was weak? It sucks, whatever? No.
Yeah, but what's the diss there? Yeah,
Well-
LIV golfers, you suck. You can't even get through
I think the diss is something we'll get into when we get into the LIV
Sorry,
category.
sorry,
but
sorry.
no, I'm saying that it is partially that these guys have so much time that they're not playing that it's like it's tough to keep your game in shape.
You're not sharp.
We're seeing it with Tiger Woods right now, right?
Yeah,
He only plays once every couple months.
I explain this to people, and a lot of people don't believe it. I actually used to play competitive golf pretty well. And,
Hey, you got game.
well, the time that it was the best was when you were doing it, like, I remember when I was a junior, and I'm not going to get off on a whole tangent here. Maybe I am, but you teed up every Monday in a different tournament, and it was week to week to week. And by the 4th or 5th weekend, you're pretty fucking sharp. You're rolling. You're in a
absolutely.
routine. You get up to 1. You pump it down there.
You get comfortable.
You're doing that. And then you stop. And, like, I have a huge respect for dudes that try to chase the PGA Tour or professional golf in general that don't have the ability to play week to week and play against guys that do and overcome that. That's crazy.
And it was funny today because Anti-LIV thought that I was defending LIV Golf and these golfers. I'm like, no, I'm defending the fact that it is tough to qualify when you go to a qualifier.
What if you are defending them? Who gives a shit?
Well, that's the other thing, too. But no, I wasn't defending them because, yeah, it is a bad look
You defended them.
on LIV Golf. But the 3 players that got through in qualifying from LIV Golf is Eugenio Jaccara, good old Dean Burmester, and
household
David
name.
Poog.
Say the first one again. That's a household name. I've heard a lot about him.
Eugenio Jaccara.
Okay.
Jaccara. I think you rolled the R's. I took a lot of Spanish. Big Mexico fan. Love Mexico. Okay. Let's keep it moving, keep it grooving, folks. And by the way, keep in mind, too, that the guy who finished second in Canada last week did not qualify. And the winner on the PGA Tour from 2 weeks ago, or like just over a week ago, at the Charles Schwab Challenge, Davis Riley, he didn't qualify either. So does that all of a sudden make the PGA Tour weak? No.
That's what's so tough about golf. You could have you could have prime Tiger show up at a golf course where a local stick has like a home field advantage and could have beat him on any given day of golf.
So I'll tell you guys a quick story about this.
People don't
because
realize that.
You're spot on. When I played on the Butch Harmon Vegas tour, there was a guy who lived in Vegas his entire life, went to UNLV, I believe, and sure enough, had played every golf course that we had played there and was the top money winner of the Butch Harmon Vegas Tour. Like
Out
he
there.
won like every single season,
Yeah.
but every single time he advanced because we used to have these sponsor exemptions.
He had to travel.
He had to go and play in the PGA Tour event, like the John Deere Classic,
Yeah.
and he couldn't break 80.
No. Dude.
But every golf course that he was super comfortable with on the Butch Harmon Vegas Tour would win it no problem.
I call that environment, guys. So, like when I graduated high school and I was playing junior golf week to week, there plus playing high school golf, you had all these dudes that went on, and we're on a side thing here, but I think it's important. It's kind of like a lot of people that never did that. They don't understand this. So, there was a lot of dudes that went on to play D1 golf, and they were the best in Arizona. And then they'd show up at Kentucky and Drake and all these other places, and they sat on the fucking bench because they're not playing desert golf anymore. They can't hit it in the trees. They shoot 85 when there's pine trees. It's soft out. The ball spins. Yeah. So
I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah, I call them environment guys. There's guys that are really good in certain environments, and if they can't get it done in all of them, which speaks even more to the PGA Tour and the ability to get it done all over the place.
Completely agree. I think
Scheffler.
anybody that and here's the thing. I think they deep down know it. They're just trying to troll on LIV Golf, which is fine. It is what
Yeah.
it is. That being said, let's get into the U.S. Women's Open, which, by the way, we don't cover a lot of. Some people are going to absolutely hate this. But before we do, Trot Golfer, you added a couple things here that I got to catch up on. Look at Westwood and Poulter. They're done. Yes, correct. They are done. Those guys, and I've called LIV Golf in the past a lifestyle tour because these guys want their guaranteed money. They've earned it, right?
They're
I've got
100% out.
They're no problem with that whatsoever. They're now like there for the fans, for entertainment purposes and everything. Then we've got Trot Golfer said Blair is a hero. I don't know what that was in reference to.
Blair who?
Yeah, I'm confused on
Blair
that
Witch
one.
Project?
But and then Ryan Hogue.
Oh, God. Local legend.
Yeah.
Hogue could play everywhere. Hogue.
Oh, I think he's talking about two local guys that.
Hogue. You know who Hogue
well,
is.
yeah, and then but I don't know who Blair is. That's the only
I
one
don't know Blair either. I know Hogue very well. Who the fuck? God, I know him so well that I can't remember who he caddies for.
Zach Blair. Oh, you're right. Zach Blair. So Zach Blair, he actually, if I'm not mistaken, is the guy that is designed. He's a better golf course designer, but he'll show up at some golf courses. Like he played at the Phoenix Open this year and played pretty damn well.
Tear it
Made the
up.
cup. And not the cup, the cut.
He made the cup.
Made the cup. Austin Whittington says, I've lived in Florida for 3 years and still can't play on Bermuda.
I'm telling you, it's a thing, man. Yeah.
When I came out to Arizona and played at Grand Canyon University out here, I sucked for the first 2 years.
Yeah, there's guys that can't hit it, don't know how to hit it off the dirt. Like,
I could not play out of the desert at all, and I hated desert golf to begin with.
But then
now I love it.
Yeah, now it's like, dude, my ball's sitting up in the desert. This is pure.
It takes time to figure it out.
Yeah, you got to get wide, dig. You learn a lot about how to hit those shots.
This is one of the things that I talked about with Bobby Brown about S.H. Kim.
Bobby Brown.
I'm like, this kid is playing all these golf courses on the PGA Tour for the first fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's going to get used to these tracks and get really, really good.
100%.
And so I think it's only a matter of time until somebody like him really breaks out. So there's a little side note there for everybody. But let's get into the U.S. Women's Open. First of all, we got to talk about somebody that hits close to home in your heart, Butsy. Good old Charlie Hull.
Charlie.
Smoking some darts.
Oh, I think she was ripping Newports, waiting for that sponsorship. Now, I read about this.
Yeah.
This is hilarious, actually. She started smoking darts to get off vape.
Vapes are bad.
It's supposed
Vapes
to
are
be the
bad.
other way around.
Yeah, it really, the pendulum swings every so often.
Well,
if you
they
haven't noticed.
They find out what the real deal is, right? I mean, these
Yeah.
are probably worse for you. So she's like, fuck it, I got to do something. I got an oral fixation. I guess I'll just start ripping cigs and signing autographs.
Good old darts. And she's smoking right in front of kids.
Oh, they got the...
Just great.
It looked like something... It looked like an image from 50 years ago. Like, if they would have made that black and white, that would have looked like fucking Nancy Lopez smoking a cigarette. Like,
The best part is, after that week, Sure enough, she's there at the U.S. Open with like Nelly Korda and a couple others, and they're cracking up looking at the phone of all the memes and everything that were going on.
Oh, it's great.
They absolutely loved it. And so she finished T19, by the way.
Is she the female John Daly? Fucking no.
You don't
No.
think so?
No. 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 That chick's into fitness, and she just smokes. She smokes
Yeah,
on the
that's a
golf
good
course.
point.
That's
She's
it.
fit.
She is not.
She's not killing
She
Diet
ain't
Cokes.
coming out there drinking Diet Cokes, showing up with a bottle of Belvedere, half drink before she gets to the tee, eating McDonald's. Like, that ain't happening.
Trout Golfer says Butsy's sister. Could be, because you get in the gym. You keep it fit.
Who?
You.
Oh, I definitely
You were in the
get
gym this morning.
I was. But I
So
like
was I.
food. I like food.
And then Kim Jong-il's back. He loves female golfers. He says Nelly Korda missed the cut at the U.S. Women's Open. We're going to get to that, Kim Jong-il. You calm yourself for a moment. We're
Yep.
going to get there. Now, this golf tournament took place at a phenomenal club called Lancaster Country Club.
I don't know anything about the golf course.
Oh, my gosh. It's a fantastic
Talk to me.
club. One of my buddies who I play, actually, the craftiest man alive. You've met him. Played golf with him at Mountain Shadows.
Oh, my God, the wizard.
Yep. The craftiest man
That
alive.
guy was like playing with a.
From Lancaster, and some of his buddies caddied for girls out there this week.
He was like playing with a real life cartoon.
It is. It really is.
Like
Craftiest man alive.
and he's not playing a part. He's not faking it. He just is that guy.
He's that guy.
and I love it. Like there's so much authenticity to that dude. I'd love to go play golf with him again.
Oh, we're going to. We have to. But he's injured right now.
What happened?
He gets a summer injury
Oh.
once a year, and he actually smashed his foot
Oh.
into a cart, I believe. And
See, I thought
it's
he
all
fell off a
swollen.
unicorn in Narnia.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could have happened. But Nick Nowitzki says Amish country, absolutely. If you notice the chairs that we were sitting in at Weekopaw, those were Amish chairs that
Oh, don't you
Jedediah
know,
Morgan's
brother
family
Jedediah.
made directly
Yes.
from Lancaster.
That's
So
right.
that was great. And then Trot Golfer says the track needs to host a men's U.S. Open. Pretty pure. It is pretty pure. The yardage would be the
Is it
one
long
thing.
enough?
No. So that's the only thing that would hold it back. But I think they can trick it out enough, like Marion when they did that for the U.S. Open,
Yeah.
to where that would actually make a lot of sense. But yeah, Lancaster Country Club, absolutely phenomenal track. Tough conditions. A lot of the women were complaining that it was too difficult, which means it's a U.S. Open.
I just had this crazy idea. This is going to sound so dumb, but what if the PJ Tour did artificial tees? Like, okay, we like this venue, but it's not long enough, and there's room. We're not going to ask the grounds crew to completely grow and turf a tee box for us. We're having a tournament there in 3 months. What if they started putting like an artificial tee 40 yards back on this hole, 10 yards back, like on this par 3? Like, do you think people would go for that?
No.
Because it's not real grass.
Yeah. You would have the
If you're hitting
purists that are
driver,
like,
like
no.
if it's a driver hole, like, you don't think they would do that?
No.
Never happened.
No.
All right, sorry, dumb
No,
idea.
It's okay. No, it's not a dumb idea. It's just would it work? Probably not.
Yeah, like can we institute this because we want to play this golf course? There's only a couple holes that we need to lengthen to make it valid. I don't know.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
No, it's a good point.
I'm gonna call Jay.
Call Jay, which we're
Jay,
gonna
I got
get
an
in-
idea.
We're gonna get into that next with good old Jay Monahan.
Oh,
because there was some
look at
stuff
that.
that's not in
Accidental
the notes.
segue.
Accidental segue. However, we're not quite there yet.
Okay.
So it's a U.S. Open because the women were complaining like crazy. Way too difficult of a golf course. Of course it is. It's a U.S. effing Open, okay? That's the way it should be. $12 million purse, by the way.
What won it?
$12 million purse.
What won it? What was low?
Yuka Sasso at,
I
Was
just pulled
it
her rookie
3
card
under, I
autograph
believe?
yesterday too.
I think, no, she won by 3, so 4 under.
So
Because the next one closest to her was 1 under.
that's
And then everybody was even or over.
so that means it was an accurate test of golf for a U.S. Open track.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Yuka Sasso, she's 22 years old from Japan. This is her second time winning a U.S. Open. So clearly, if you're a gambler out there, pay attention because she loves difficult golf courses. She's probably not one of these people. Spencer Levine comes to mind when
Why
I
does
start
Spencer
thinking
Levine come to
because
mind?
he always made cuts and was really good in U.S. Opens. But then if you got him onto like a regular PGA Tour event,
Yeah.
he just couldn't hack it because he couldn't make that many birdies. There's some guys and women that they can play very difficult golf courses and make a shit ton of pars and then drop in the occasional birdie. However, you get them on a regular track and they just can't make a shit ton of birdies.
Got you.
And that's what a normal tour event normally is.
Interesting.
So Yuka Sasso wins for the second time, and she won by 3 over her fellow Japanese player, Hanako Shabuno. Yep, there you go.
That's how you
Perfect.
say it.
In
That's
the
how-
national
that's how you-
tongue. That's the
Yep.
national tongue, folks.
Yeah, man, that's how you say it, dude.
It is. And then Kim Jong-il, to your point, Nelly Korda did not make the cut. She risked it for the biscuit. Have you guys seen this TikTok video that the LPGA Tour put out? I sent it to you. You saw it. You were dying.
Yes.
So she's
Elaborate.
like, she's in a press conference, and she's like, you got to risk it for the biscuit. And she starts cracking up in the middle of saying it because she knows how ridiculous that sounds.
Yeah.
But she really did risk it, and she did not get the biscuit
For the biscuit.
because she made a 10 on her third hole of the opening round.
10.
Everybody was talking about it in the gym. We're just like, holy shit, did you see Nelly Korda make a 10?
How did it add up to 10? I didn't see the actual performance. What happened?
So she hit too much club, hit it into a back bunker. She's up against like the back lip, but apparently there was a leaf underneath. She sculls
Just
it.
turbo.
Sculls it right into the stream, the water. So then she's got to drop from there, hits a couple more bad chips, and it went back and forth, and it just was not good.
Just
10.
Ping, ping,
Ping, ping, ping.
Aw.
10. 10 on a par 3, not good. So she's done after her opening round. She shot an 80. Not good. Missed the cut. And that's all we got for the U.S. Women's Open recap,
Sorry.
folks.
I do like the women's golf coverage. I know a lot of people hate it, but the
It's not
skill
bad, right?
It's not like other sports, right?
Kim Jong-il, I am so shocked right now. I'm so sorry, Butsy, but
No,
this
go
is
ahead.
shocking because Kim Jong-il on Twitter just shits on the women all the time. But
Yeah.
he apparently watched. He goes, 12th hole was a nightmare for the players.
I can't shit on women's golf. It's not like
No.
a performance sport like women's football or basketball where strength is the advantage of men. The ability to hit a golf shot, yeah, they don't put as much spin on it and it doesn't go as far typically, but by a little less of a percentage, especially for the top players. But their ability to golf their ball, like, they're fucking good, dude. And they'll beat the shit out of you on a golf course. They will.
From 2 tees up.
They will. Or even probably from your tee.
Oh.
Hitting 3-wood into the green when you're hitting 8-iron, they will still beat the fuck out of you.
This is a good one, and I want to throw this out to everybody on Twitter as well as YouTube. Austin Winnington wants to know, anyone else crushing on Charlie Hull?
We can't go there.
Yeah, we can.
You
No,
can go
hang
there.
on.
Because you know where that ends.
Well, for every guy,
you know what I mean.
For
Y'all are
every
going to be let down.
for every guy that is crushing, well, I want to hear it. Is anybody else crushing on Charlie Hull? We'll leave that one there for a minute. Go ahead and chime in, add it to the comments.
That you said, okay,
And
you didn't.
we
yeah.
will let you guys chime in if you are crushing on Charlie Hull because she is
'Cause
becoming
you're
a quick
dumb.
legend.
Yeah.
No, she's becoming a quick legend.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that.
Okay.
But as we're waiting on more people to chime in on Charlie Hull, if you're crushing on her or not, we're going to move into the upcoming Memorial Tournament because we got to keep it moving, keep it grooving. Kim Jong-il says no, not crushing on Charlie Hull. I wonder why,
He just
Kim
goes,
Jong-il.
No.
Yeah, just no. There's no follow-up to that whatsoever. But the upcoming Memorial, it is a signature event, folks, and it is a signature event with a cut, which means it's $20 million. I know people don't like talking about the money, but you got to talk about the money, right? It's about the money. So $20 million.
Always about the
limited field. And last year, this is what started the run for Victor Hovland. He won at Memorial, ended up leading to him winning the FedEx Cup towards the end of the year. And he won in a playoff over none other than Denny McCarthy, the best putter on the PGA Tour. And I can say that because Cam Smith is now on LIV Golf.
He left.
Left.
Spot
Spot
came
was open. Yeah.
Denny McCarthy.
Course information here. We're obviously playing Muirfield.
Is Victor? Is he there? Is he back?
He's back. So
You think he's back?
I do, because here's the thing.
Why?
PGA Championship, man. He ended up coming into that week, almost withdrew, almost won the damn thing because he went back to Mayo. They went back to his original fundamentals in his golf swing, and all of a sudden he found it again.
Okay.
So got completely away from all the changes he was trying to make with the other instructors.
Let's go. Hey,
right back to what he does best.
This worked really well for a long time. What are we doing? Let's just make some more putts and do what we do.
Yeah, let's get more consistent with it.
Stupid. Yeah, that's
stupid. You
stupid.
played one of the best back nines in the history during the FedEx Cup run, so why not? I mean, shooting 28, come on. So
you can't blame him for tinkering because
I can.
Well, dude, I mean, there might be an efficiency there, but like, I don't know. I've never seen anybody. I guess I can say that I've never seen anybody come out that showed dominance and started being brilliant, and then right at the peak, they win. They do well. Ooh, some asshole comes along and starts coaching them, says we can squeeze more efficiency out of this. We got to change some things. You're right there, and then they fucking.
It always goes downhill. It is damaged more careers than it's ever helped.
Well, dude, it happened. Like Tiger probably would, and I hate to, he probably would have won more.
Yeah, he had
What do
his
you think would have happened
downtime.
if he would have just stayed with Butch his whole career?
Oh my God, he
We'd
would
be
have
having a different conversation.
way different conversation.
I would
stand
stand by that.
I would guarantee that.
Yes. Yep. He changed his golf swing 18 times. Luckily, he was so talented that he could still use a shit move to win. But the one that was the best was
with Butch.
the elastic, tall, steep. The Butch swing.
It was so good.
It's the only one I like watching when I watch old Tiger videos. You can
Same.
literally tell. You see a Tiger video come up and you'll be like, yep, that's when he was with Haney. It's shit right there.
Yep.
You know
And
what I
then Trot Golfer throws in, look at the amount of money Victor won with Mayo, and he left. Shows you how likable Mayo might be. So, I mean, Mayo is a great instructor. I believe he's up in Vegas, and he is more of a short game wizard in my mind than he is a full swing guy, but he is now Victor's complete instructor right now. That's his coach.
I don't know
at
who
the
this
moment.
is, by the way. Who's Mayo?
He is a golf instructor in Las
I gathered
Vegas.
that much, but
But he's come onto the scene. He's worked with some pros, and
like, where did he hail from? How did he get popular?
it's a good question.
How do these guys pop up?
So it normally happens when you start working with a tour pro. And if that tour pro has success, so look at Mark Blackburn, for instance. Really started with Max Homa, right? Now he's the #1 instructor by Golf Digest because really Butch isn't in there anymore, according to Golf Digest. But in my mind, Butch is still #1.
That's so fucking. Yeah, that whole rating, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. Keep it moving, keep it grooving.
Yes.
Muirfield Village is the golf club, obviously designed by Jack Nicklaus. This is Jack Nicklaus's this is his gem. I just saw like 10 pizzas go behind me.
Me too.
I'm so jealous of that right now. But Jack Nicklaus, it's his gem, right? It's in Ohio, his hometown. I mean, par 72 stretches out to 75-69 in terms of yardage. So it's a deep course, right? And by the way, Trot Golfer does throw in, Mayo has a Twitter handle named Trackman Maestro. Haha. So, yes, he does. And
Here,
he
I
was
bet.
kind of known. There was a Radar Golf Pro, too, who was another guy. Radar Golf Pro, I forget his name, but he was up in Vegas as well. I think he was like TBC Summerlin or something. But, yeah, that was a good one as well, or a good instructor as well that uses a lot of TrackMan and technology and so forth. But let's get into the actual notable holes. Actually, Butsy's gone right now. Jeff Smith. Thank you, Trot Golfer. Look at this. I love it when the Twitter folk come to the defense of the squad and help out with some of the info and intel. Absolutely love that. But I'm going to let this breathe for a second because this is where I normally cut it for the podcast whenever Butsy goes. And this one's running long tonight. We're over an hour already, and we haven't even gotten through the Memorial Tournament or LIV Golf Houston. So stay tuned with us, folks. That's why I said I was asked on Twitter about why wouldn't you add in the U.S. Women's Open and so forth. Well, number one, it's time and interest, because you add in an entire segment, that's another 10 to 15 minutes that we're doing. And then we get in a slice rating tonight, too. I will tell you this, Nick. I am not getting the cheese pizza, but I've had it here numerous times now. And I will tell you, it is worth the 8.2 rating that Dave Portnoy gave it. It is the best pizza I have had in Arizona, and I'm a New Yorker. So living in New York City, I had the best pizza at my disposal, and I agree with him on the 8.2 rating. It is the best that I've had. La Grande Orange is pretty good as well. La Grande Orange is another one that they do sourdough bread. So if you like sourdough for the crust,
it's
La Grande.
Not
La Grande.
A, there's no A.
No, there's an E. La Grande.
Yeah, but it's Grand.
Is it just Grand?
Yeah.
I thought it's like Grande. Grande
not
is a Mexican
Spanish.
term. Yeah, it's a Spanish term.
No.
Yeah, it's
not.
la. It's the
All right.
big
Very well.
orange.
Very well.
It's the big orange. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So no, we're not doing a pizza slice, but I will say it's worth every last bit of the rating that Dave Portnoy did, because I get it often. And they now cut it off for to-go orders at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You got to know people here in order to get that afterwards and be able to take that home. I took that home last Friday for the wife, and she absolutely loved it. All right. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. We got the Memorial Tournament. Notable holes at Memorial. So these are the ones to watch out for, folks. Hole number 4, it's a par 3, 200 yards. Hole 12, another par 3, 184. Hole 14 is a par 4, 363. So on the shorter side, we've got hole 16. This is the best one in my opinion.
Okay.
Hole 16 is the par 3, 201 with the water almost all the way around it. Elevation changes are the big thing with the par 3s. Water?
Almost all the way around it?
Yeah. Not in the back, though. Kind of around the front and to the side.
So you cover it, you're fine.
If you cover it, you're fine. And then hole 18, that par 4, 484, a lot of guys make pars there. There's a lot of bogeys there, too.
Would you say that par 3s make or break golf tournaments?
Yes.
They are the they are the deciding factor.
Those tend to be, yeah.
I would say so.
Because a lot of guys can play the par 5s well.
Right.
And, I mean, if you listen to the qualifying rounds for the longest day in golf, a lot of the guys were like, well, I just had to play the par 5s well.
You fan one right in the water on a par 3, though.
Yep.
There's no save. Yeah, I mean, you might hole out.
You can ruin a round, though, on one of those par 3s.
That's what I'm saying.
On good par 3s at golf courses, it can make or break your golf round.
I would like to look at the stats on that, because I bet the guys that play the par 3s the best do the best.
Yeah. I actually agree
Maybe
with
that's
you.
like an idiot point. Maybe everybody knows that, but that's what's going through my slightly buzzed mind right now.
Then we've got a field analysis here, so
Okay.
it is a signature event. So you got the top 40 in the official World Golf Rankings outside of the few that are still at LIV Golf, right? John Rahm is still, I think, number 7 in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Brooks Koepka is within the top 40. But outside of those guys, you've got Scheffler, Xander, Rory, Wyndham, Hovland, Oberg, Horikawa. I put Horikawa here. Morikawa.
Nothing
Good old
whore about Morikawa.
Patrick Cantlay, Max Homa, and there's a lot more, too, that are in this golf tournament. I mean, this is the biggest event outside of some of the majors that we're going to experience because it's Jack's tournament. Who doesn't want to be there? Bobby McIntyre, because he withdrew. He's like, I'm pounding booze this week. Screw Jack.
Fuck everything.
Screw Jack Nicklaus on this one. Bobby said, absolutely, I'm done with this. So Bobby McIntyre withdraws. Outside of that, you got the top players in the world. Here's the betting odds. You ready for this?
Yes.
Because we're going to get into our picks here in a second. Betting odds. Scotty Scheffler.
I'm not prepared for that.
Number 1 at plus 360. Scotty's struggling with being a dad a little bit. Said he's just being a cheerleader, trying to be supportive of the wife. Has no idea what the fuck he's doing. He said that in the press conference today.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Yeah. Didn't say the F word. He also said that the whole arrest is something that he doesn't think is going to go away for a long time, even though the charges were dropped. It's messing with him mentally.
Oh, like just having to have gone through that
Having to go through that, yeah.
Scotty, you'll be fucking fine. Get over it.
Then we got Rory McIlroy and Xander Schauffele at plus 900. Now, Xander came out, and I want to talk about this for a second since we're talking about Xander. He made some pretty harsh comments about Jay Monahan and how he is not like when everything was going down, he wasn't the face of the PGA Tour saying everything that he ended up putting it on the players to say, and like Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, and Rory really was the one that was the face of the entire thing, right? So Xander had some pretty harsh comments about the leadership of Jay Monahan. Not about Jay Monahan as a person, but as a leader. What do you think about that?
Given his role.
And he said that Jay, like, they need a new leader that is going to give them a definitive answer as to what the future looks like for professional golf.
The best way I could put it, this is probably going to come out a little obtuse, but I feel like Jay Monahan is like the Anthony Fauci of the PGA Tour. Like, he said a bunch of this shit, and then that shit really wasn't that shit. It wasn't true. And went back on, and then he used a lot of people and put people in bad spots. I just think Jay's full of shit at this point. I think, I don't think he's got the players' best interest in mind, and I think the players are finally starting to realize that, and that camaraderie is gone. No faith is left in Jay Monahan.
It's definitely dwindled, especially with the departure.
I don't know who's left. Who's still a Jay fan and loves everything he's about? And
well, here's the thing.
Who's still drinking that?
All the guys like Jay as a person, but it's becoming to the point to where they don't like him as a leader anymore. And that's where I talked to numerous pros that were very pro Jay Monahan up until the recent departure of what's-his-face off of the board.
Like you just said, as a person, he's probably fine.
No, he's a great guy. Great guy.
Like as a human, he's probably fine.
Great
I don't
human
doubt
being.
That. I don't doubt.
But as a leader, I have to agree with Xander, and I've been very critical of Jay during the entire thing. And I think Kim Jong-il, I think you're right. I think because Kim Jong-il just said, Jimmy Dunn, thank you, Nick Nowitzki. Jimmy Dunn, when he left, threw Jay Monahan under the bus by saying that it was Jay's direction to go meet with LIV, even though Jay told everybody, all the players, that they did that on their own. They did that independently of his own leadership, which, again, Jay Monahan, I think he should resign. Kim Jong-il said that he should resign. I think they need a new leader in place, and I agree with Xander that they need somebody that is just going to say, hey, this is what we're doing. We're moving it forward, keeping it grooving. And that's it.
But play devil's advocate there. Like, put anybody in, and I'm not a Jay fan by any means, but put anybody in Jay's shoes with the advent of LIV and how to tolerate it. I mean, you're kind of moving as the weeks go on, and things are changing rapidly. I don't know, like, what could have been done better than how he did it? Like, how would you have done it differently?
Oh, God. I've talked about this. So literally, I would have done everything differently.
And you don't have the information that he had.
No,
like, there's a big gray area here.
Yeah, but hang on a second. It's a PR move that you do not feed into a narrative and give attention to somebody that everybody doesn't know. When all of that went down and he drew the line in the sand and said, if you're going to leave for LIV Golf, you're going to get suspended. He should have worked with them for one. That was too stupid.
That was dumb.
That was stupid. And he all of a sudden the media, and he started getting everybody that was on their side to talk shit about the Saudis and about LIV Golf. And all he did, which anybody in Hollywood would tell you, bad publicity is good publicity.
Sure.
Because your name is being talked about. LIV Golf was being talked about constantly. And that was the entire narrative for everything going on the PGA Tour was what's going to happen with LIV Golf. Oh, LIV Golf is bad. Oh, it's coming from the Saudis. Oh, 9/11. All this stuff was feeding the narrative and building up
and
LIV Golf.
I heard there was also a deeply rooted personal thing with Greg Norman.
Oh, of course.
Like that was a huge.
Well, that's why they didn't want to talk to them in the first place.
Correct. Like
Yeah.
Greg's in charge. He tried to do this in 1996 or whatever the fuck it
No,
was.
it was 96.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, my brain serves me well sometimes.
Yeah.
God, I actually remembered that.
Yeah, he tried to have a new tour come in and take over
And-
for the PGA Tour.
and pick up for essentially improve the product for the downfalls that he saw, and they hated him for it, and he's been hated ever since.
But Jay fucked up.
It's like a long time gang. Jay did fuck up. No, it was poorly managed. I'm saying, but if you were in his shoes, like, would you maybe have fucked up too?
No, because
No.
I wouldn't have.
I'm
because
curious. I don't know. I don't know
one,
enough.
I would not mention it at all, as if that it just didn't exist. I would ignore it, and I would just let it not get any publicity whatsoever on my watch. Then on top of that, I'm not the type that has a huge ego to where I'm going to sit there and go, because
You can't come
I
back.
have bad blood with Greg Norman, I'm not going to entertain what's going on here.
I'm going to completely excommunicado any player that associates themselves with that.
You got to keep the lines of communication
That's so
open,
stupid.
and I wouldn't have drawn a line in the sand. I said that from the very beginning. I was very adamant
I would have
about
said good
those
luck, dude.
points.
But,
Yeah,
like, you're more
Hey,
than welcome to
best of
play
luck.
in our tournaments. You know,
yeah. If you guys
for as
get
long as you choose to.
PGA Tour pros that want to play in it, go for it.
Come play.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care.
No.
Let's let them fail on their own. We don't need to help them and which they have done.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. It's so Jay has not done a great job during this entire thing, and I said that for the longest of time.
Childish.
And it's just like, man, because I do believe that Phil went to him, Phil Mickelson, and said, hey, we should look into this. And he's just like, no, we're fine. We're doing our own thing. And wouldn't even look at doing like a team event or signature events or anything like that. Really
Right.
wasn't until LIV that these signature events obviously became a thing. So it's all retroactive, which if you know any good leaders, they're normally proactive. And that's my kind of take on Jay Monahan. And I know that the players that have talked highly of him are pissed at him right now.
They're out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're no longer
They're not.
in full support of Jay Monahan
And
anymore.
how could they be?
Yeah.
How could they be? Yeah, what has transpired? Even the most devout has to jump ship at some
Exactly.
point. Yeah.
Then we got Colin Morikawa, who's been playing great at plus 1,400. Victor Hovland at plus 1,800. Ludwig Oberg and Patrick Cantley at plus 2,500.
Where's my guy Knapp?
Justin Thomas at plus 3,000. I don't know, actually. He's
I'm
too
gonna
far
keep-
down.
I'm going to keep taking
Tommy
him.
Fleetwood at plus 3,500. Matsuyama and Homa at plus 4,500. Wyndham, Burns, and Henley at plus 5,000. Tom Kim, Thagala, Fitzpatrick, Spieth, and Connors at plus 5,500. Butsy, what's your pick?
This is tough. I'm going to go on a Spieth. That's it.
Okay.
It's been a long time coming. It's time for a return.
Okay.
Time for a return to greatness. Maybe we see a breakthrough.
Is that
What'd you say
a
he's at?
gut? Is that a gut feeling?
That's just like it's a
Oh, we're live right now. Yep. Over 1,000.
yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks, dude.
Thank you. We got a curious
Got a
audience
bystander
member here. Yeah.
Creeping by.
So you're going with Jordan Spieth.
I am. I have this feeling like we just haven't seen him pop, and he kind of forgot about him, and then all of a sudden, thanks, brother. Appreciate. No, none of that. No cocaine over here. Best of luck to you, though. That guy's Persian for sure. You could tell.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Anyways,
You guys want some cocaine?
yeah, no, yeah. See the look in his eye. He was in the bathroom for a long time, and he was not taking a shit. Let me tell you. Saw him walk in. came out, hair done, juiced up. Anyways, I feel like we just haven't heard from Spieth in a while, and
You want to see it?
yeah, it's like back in the day. Let's go back like 15 years, or not even. Was it 12 years? It's like a Joff Ogilvy situation where, like, all of a sudden he showed up out of nowhere and brilliance shined again. So I'm going with Spieth.
Okay. Now, Trot Golfer wants to know, can Spieth stay away from the doubles?
Maybe not, but this might be the resurgence. This might be the week that, holy shit, 2 days goes by in the tournament and we see this guy either leading by 3 or a couple back.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not going Spieth.
Okay.
I am going with the guy that I've been very high on lately, and that is Colin Morikawa. I think Colin Morikawa is going to have himself a week. I don't even know what his past performances at Memorial have been, but the way that he's hitting the golf ball, I got a feeling Colin's going to play pretty well. And even if the putter fails, this isn't a tournament that people go super deep. So I like Colin Morikawa this week.
You think he's just going to hit laser beams all week and that's going to carry him through?
I think
Ball
so.
striking.
Ball striking.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
All right, moving into the Swannies style segment.
Oh, boy.
Once again, that winner of the Swannies $250 giveaway is Zane Davidson. This is the one that when I played in the Ryder Cup style event, this was one of our team shirts. So you know who picked this shirt out? Pissed Off Paul.
That looks like a pissed off Paul shirt.
Yeah, Pissed Off
Pissed
Paul.
off Paul, if you're watching
but-
right now, get a rock out, dude.
I paired the teal with the purple
Oh, he
because
took the shoe off. You're flexing so hard right now. It's
Here's the thing.
Oh, God.
Well, we're going to talk about this. This is part of the Swanee style segment. So, what's your take on the Jordan 1 mules? Because these are the Jordan 1 mules.
That is not. I would never put that on my foot. I really wouldn't. It's not. A slide on Jordan, I think, is a travesty to the brand.
Same thing. Yep.
But that's
I will
only
say
because
this.
it's not for me. I would look dumb in it.
Here's the thing. I thought the same thing originally with the golf mules, right?
Yeah.
And they brought out the North Carolina colored ones first, and then I think they did one other color. And then they brought these out, which, by the way, just going to show these one more time. These have, like, multiple colors. They kind of look like Saved by the Bell kind of style.
Little Jamaica, little fruit to them.
So,
well, they are, dude. They got like zigzag and loud Jamaica colors.
No,
on 'em.
it's like
I
Saved by
get
the
it.
Bell.
I get it.
But I got them. Trot Golfer says awful. Anti-Live says do not drink from that shoe, Tuck. Or yuck. I'm not drinking
Fucking
from
slip
it.
on
Hang
Jordan. Are you kidding me? Like, he asked me my opinion. It's just a no for me.
So I
Okay.
got them.
Some fucking Middle Eastern moccasin with a Nike swoosh on it.
When I saw
Sorry.
this thing, I go, this would be the perfect dog walking shoe. Fresh Prince. There we go. Trot Golfer got it. It's just like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Remember when he turned his jacket inside out, his school
Of
jacket?
course.
Yeah. That's what they look like. And so, anyways, I bought these because, and by the way, they sold out almost immediately, which I'm like, holy shit.
Of course they did.
Okay. Interesting.
To knobs.
Well, I'm a
Not
knob.
that you're. No, you're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. But
No.
but you might be a figurehead for him.
Here's the thing. I'm the
I'm
leader.
not hating.
I'm the leader of the knobs.
You are the knob captain.
No, because when I go to take my dog outside, I've got a
I think-
million shoes,
I
and
think
I
what
want to
you
just
are-
slide on the shoes to take my dog out for a walk in the morning.
You're a hype guy. So you see something and you don't give a fuck. You're like,
Yeah.
that's a new shit. I need to have it.
Well, I was
And
just
that's why
like,
you have them.
No, there was actually a reason because my wife has cut me off.
What
Because
reason?
we're moving and we got to pay for all these expenses. I got like $20,000 in expenses coming up. That I'm just like,
Weird
geez.
flex.
Yeah, terrible flex. But no, this has been my life lately. Is what's happening. So I'm like, honey, I'm buying a pair of Jordans because I've been in a Jordan band. She goes, if another,
A Jordan band.
yeah, she goes, if another pair
If
of
I see another
Jordan
one of these
shoes
fucking
show
shoe
up,
boxes.
you are not getting laid for a month. And I'm like, never mind.
All
I'm
right.
never going to order another pair. And then I'm like, honey, I got to get these. And I made a deal. I was like,
You know what you should have
do
done?
you want a million sneakers by the door, or do you want one pair?
You should just look right at her and drill, pull out a drill and drill a glory hole right into the Jordan box, and be like, you know what? I'll just bang this for the month.
Track golfer says Jay Monahan wears those. Jay Monahan is not this cool. Let's be honest about
He
this.
said Jay
He's
wears
not,
those.
He's not rocking
Uncle
goddamn
Eddie
Jordans.
wears those. What are you
Jesus,
talking
Come on.
No, they are cool.
Come
I'm just
on.
hating there. Like, I'm just jealous because I don't have them.
Here's the thing. They're awesome for walking the dog in the morning, and this is the first time I've actually worn them in public outside of walking the dog. So there you have it.
Okay.
I'll probably never. First of all, they should not be golf shoes. You could never wear these on the golf course. They're golf.
They're not actually
They're golf. No, they are. They have the golf soles. And it says golf on them.
That's a travesty.
Yeah.
You cannot wear a shoe that has no heel on it to play golf.
Correct.
That is the dumbest shit. So these are strictly a collectible
No,
showman's
they're not a
item.
collectible. They're literally for walking the
but they're-
dog.
They are not called. The sole does not say dog walker.
If you own a golden retriever or a golden doodle,
a doodle, yes.
these are.
You have a golden doodle, you can wear those.
My
you
dog
have a
is a
golden
goddamn
doodle?
stud.
Oh. Can we? Is there any way for you to go through the whole segment and edit all of the burps into one?
Dude, so I looked into this.
There's a
right?
lot of disgusting
I looked into
burps.
this, and it's funny because the transcripts will not identify a burp. Normally, like
Why?
if there's a long pause or anything, or like an inaudible noise, normally there's a ... I checked every ...
Oh, I got
from
you.
our past like episodes. There's not a single one that's a burp.
So you'd have to go back individually
Listen
and
to
pull
every single
little
episode, yeah.
hour and a half
Exactly.
of fucking bullshit.
So I'm
Yeah, I
still
wouldn't do that
I'm
either.
gonna try with AI to see if
You
they
know-
can identify a burp.
We need, what do they call them when they don't have a job yet and they're looking to?
They're called a
make-
scrub.
No, there's a name for it. There's a
Yes.
name for it.
Salt and Pepper identified them as
Oh,
scrubs.
what is the fucking
Or TLC.
name? No,
That was
dude,
TLC.
they're-
Don't
like a guy
go
that just wants an
chasing
opportunity.
waterfalls.
He's good at what he. An
Listen
intern.
to
An
the-
intern. An intern. We need an intern. You need
Oh
somebody
my
that's
God.
like.
Actually, funny enough, a guy just reached out to me interested in being an intern.
There you go. That's what we need. That's how it's going to get to the next level.
Yep.
We need somebody to come on here and be like, look, I will actually sit in my dorm room for 6 hours. and
Guys,
go
if you
through
know
all this.
anybody who loves golf and wants to break into media, let me know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's a long play.
Long play.
It's a long play.
If AI can't do that, how are they making
that's a
driver
booze rap
faces?
for sure.
That's a great point, Truck Golfer. Listen, Callaway has been using that entire slogan that AI designed driver faces.
Do we still have show notes? Oh, God, cool. Get back into it. I
Okay.
thought we were bullshitting now. That's my favorite part.
No.
I love when we get to the end and we just fucking let it fly.
No, this was part of the Swanee Style
Oh,
segment.
sorry.
But I'm going to skip the rest of the Swanee Style segment. I'm going to move that to next week
Very
just
good.
because we're a little long in the tooth. Austin Whittington, you want to be the intern? Come on, buddy. Let's make this happen. So anybody that wants to break into media, by the way, just so that you know, it's not just this podcast. I have actually launched over 200 podcasts on the business side of things that if you're trying to break into media, there could be some great opportunities there for you in addition to the Pole Hook Golf podcast. Obviously, that's the focus now. And I don't know what's happening here. It keeps hitting your face. It's weird.
Wait till you edit that. That's going to be a great video.
Okay, here we go, folks. Upcoming LIV Golf Houston. And this was actually pretty goddamn funny, Butsy. I did this entire segment last week thinking, and I even posed a question to Twitter. I'm like, are you guys watching LIV Golf tomorrow?
Right.
It was.
And?
It's this week.
Got it.
Not my brightest moment, but I went to LIV Golf's website and I just never looked at the dates. I just assumed it's been 3 fucking weeks.
That's the problem with it.
That is the problem with it, which is our first topic here. I want to
We're
pose
into the
this to
LIV
you
Golf segment.
because I know you didn't listen to this last week. What's your opinion on the long layoffs in between events for LIV Golf?
It depends on what you're looking for out of the product. if I don't really actually know how to answer that. I mean, look,
Do you lose interest?
No, I don't lose interest because if I turn on the Live Tour broadcast, somebody out there is playing good golf. It's not like we're watching guys like take a layoff and there's not somebody out there that's lighting the place on fire. So there's still good golf happening. Some of the best players that have gone over there's some disappointment in their performance, and you'd expect them to win everything. And then even if they did, you'd be like, well, yeah, that's because he's on the tour and like they're playing. I don't know.
Here's the thing, though.
It is what it is. It's just a different product.
Nick Nowitzki agrees it's brutal.
Why is it brutal?
Because as a fan,
I don't know why it's brutal. Like let's just say that the PGA Tour
because you lose
didn't
interest.
exist. But you wouldn't if you didn't have something to compare it to. If that's just how golf was, you wouldn't be bitching. But you do because the PGA Tour plays every week, and you're used to hopping on your phone on Thursday.
But there's no other sport that goes on these long of layoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a product that you either love or hate, and.
But I like it, and
You could say you hate it, and he could say he hates it, but when it's happening,
I hate the layoffs.
But you're still gonna watch it.
Yeah. See, Nick says loves the coverage, and he sees a ton of shots, and wish I saw more of it all. I mean, that's it.
So you're yearning for more consistency in how often they play. Okay, that's fair. But like they know that, and they don't care. They're gonna do the layoffs, and they're gonna say fuck you because you're still gonna watch it.
I just wish that they would have a truncated season that really was just around the majors. That they played every single week then a major. Every single week then a major. And just did that. And then had the rest of the year off.
Why was it designed the way it was? Do we have any clarity there?
Yes, because they're doing international travel and they want to give the guys enough time
because
to travel,
it's all over the world,
recover, and everything like that.
So
because it's all over the place.
You just okay. So therein lies.
I know the reasons.
So okay, well, but people need to know that.
And they're also trying to entice these guys because they're like, hey, one of the pitches to them was you're going to play less, you're going to get paid a shit ton more, and you're going to have a way better lifestyle because you're playing less golf.
I get that, but the real issue here, they don't have a West Coast swing.
No.
They don't have.
They barely have an American swing.
That's what I'm saying. So if I'm on LIV and I don't care how much I'm getting paid, you got me jet setting all over the world. I'm gonna need a couple weeks before I fucking do that again.
Listen, I get it. Kim Jong-il even says, I wish LIV played more golf. I mean, it's just the bottom line is people want to be able to consistently see the golf that they're playing. You know what I mean?
So you said that you think people are yearning just for more.
I think people want more.
They want more LIV
golf. They want consistency, especially with LIV Golf.
Maybe we see the evolution of that.
I think it's gonna.
But how does that happen, dude?
Still a start by having feedback like this.
I mean, do we start mirroring the PGA Tour where we have like weekly events and they're at, not the same courses, but they are playing week to week, and
listen,
we just
I don't
set up
mind
our own tour?
I don't mind a long layoff when it is after the season.
I think the plan is still ultimately in the part that we don't know, to integrate. And if that is the plan, then you're not going to just take up a schedule of your own. That was close. You're not going to take up a schedule of your own and just say, hey, fuck it, we're our own tour at this point. We play week to week. We play our own courses, and we do our own thing.
I love it.
You're going to plan on integrating with the PGA Tour, so, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Anti-LIV says, no one is yearning for LIV. Not a chance. People are, though.
Oh, they are. No, that's like myself included. I fucking love the product. I love watching those guys. I like how it's covered. I just do.
Trot Golfer says LIV players don't even like showing up.
Says who?
There's a few, though.
Who?
He said them earlier. He said Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood.
You think they don't like showing up?
No, I think they like playing golf. I just don't think they're like that competitive anymore. They're riding off into the sunset.
You're going to have a cleavage of the old dirt like those guys that inevitably fall off. But as a whole, as an organization as a whole, most of those guys are there to still be competitive and win a lot more fucking money than they would on the PGA Tour.
Fair enough.
I think.
So let's get into the actual tournament.
They still want to win.
This is going to happen at the Golf Club of Houston. This is actually a former tour spot from, it was the Houston Open from 2003 to 2019. So this is a Reese Jones design. Love Reese Jones designs. Hang on a second. We got some more comments here before we do dive fully into this. We've got Austin Whittington. He says, I like to gamble on LIV. Way less players with a chance to win. Austin, where are you gambling on LIV Golf?
I'll
Because
tell you where it is right here.
FanDuel does not have
I
it.
got the app. Hang on. These guys got LIV every week they're playing.
I would love to gamble
where
on
is
LIV.
it? Fanatics Sportsbook.
Beautiful. Love that.
Fanatics Sportsbook.
And then Anti-LIV said they didn't show up for the U.S. Open sectionals. I knew that one was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Hard Rock Bets. Okay. Because Austin's there in Florida. So he's got Hard Rock casinos down there.
Look, dude, it's
Like that.
inarguable. There's still this tour with all these fucking studs out there playing golf. No matter how often they play, these are still some of the best players in the world teeing it up. Doesn't matter. It's still fun to watch.
That's kind of my thing is that
Just is what it is. You can take it or leave it.
I don't think they need to compete with the PGA Tour.
That's-
It's more so that they've got some of the top guys in the world that are interesting.
Right.
They're interesting personalities. PGA Tour misses them. It's like there's guys there that
Racing
they
is like this, right?
would love to have back.
Like F1 racing. I mean, like it's the same kind of deal. Like, yeah.
That's kind of what they're modeled after.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Now, previous winners at the Golf Club of Houston, Phil Mickelson has won there. Anthony Kim has won there.
Ooh.
Paul Casey's won there. Matt Jones has won there. And Ian Poulter's won there.
And I still stand by when we were at Putting World, my original prophecy that AK, even though he's on this new tour
Well, you know
called
what's
LIV,
weird?
he will win.
This is weird. And Kim Jong-il says LIV Golf should play an event in California. Don't disagree. Anthony Kim,
Set it up.
I thought, and people had told me leading into him going on to playing on LIV Golf, that Anthony Kim was actually training and playing a lot, and apparently that's not the case.
What do you mean?
He has made it a point that he just picked up some golf clubs once he started playing on LIV and wasn't playing.
He's not
wasn't
grinding?
practicing, wasn't grinding, found a love for the game again because he started
And I think he
training
is
his
now.
wife. And now, well, here's the thing. He's grinding
break.
now. He is grinding. He has... No, now he is. Now he is. But before he joined LIV, he wasn't. So what happens to AK after the season? It's a great question, Trot. I think he's got to start showing a lot more to Greg Norman and to LIV, but I think he's already been a huge success for LIV. Look at how many people are reacting to his posts on Twitter. Look how many people are interacting with him. Nick Nowitzki says he might contend this week. Here's the thing. He's grinding right now, working on his game, and he's pretty open on Twitter about him working on his game. So I do think there's a chance. I'm about to cough. Hang on. But I think this is a huge success for LIV with Anthony Kim. I think if Anthony Kim came onto the PGA Tour, he'd be gone by now. Would have been huge failure. The way LIV is set up, and with him being able to participate without being on a team, being an independent party, just somebody that people are interested in, I think it's been a huge success for Anthony Kim, and it's been a huge success so far for LIV Golf, even though his performance hasn't been there. But he's grinding right now. He's refinding his game, Anthony Kim. We just need the microphone back for you.
Sorry about that, folks.
It's all right.
We
But
have to go a
I
little-
do think he's got a shot at really contending this week.
Dude, he's going to win. I'm telling you. Maybe not this week. Is
Well,
there a
I said
world
this
where they
last week.
merge and he's a part of it?
Yeah, because he is
5 years from now.
Look how many people are interested in him. Look at his Twitter following. I think
He's
it's been
good.
a success.
He's good at golf. That hasn't gone anywhere. And now that he's into it and there's a passion.
He's still got game.
Yes.
And he's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. And granted, he's got good vibes here at this course, and he's grinding. I think he's going to play decent.
There you go.
I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's going to play decent.
Oh, you all right?
Sorry about that. That was kind of a gurgle burp.
Did you get like a deep one there?
Yeah.
A little deep burn? That's that whiskey.
Wow. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you keep.
We probably need one more of those. I'll take one to cap the show off here.
Whew, it was so delish. All right. Key players to watch this week. I said this last week when I thought LIV Golf was happening last week. But Bryson DeChambeau, after his awesome appearance. Here's the other thing, right? Bryson DeChambeau goes from being the talk of social media after the PGA Championship.
Yes.
Now there's nothing about him. We live in a 5-day news cycle.
Dude, you are absolutely right about that. He goes from being like, we miss Bryson. He's the best thing since fucking sliced ham.
Yeah.
He was electric. He was a fan favorite. The fucking autograph when the guy ran away, threw the ball, all this, and then like you said, instantly it's gone.
Gone.
And we forgot that he was even a good guy and he's a great player.
Yep.
Not true. That dude is good. Really good.
Then we got Brooks Koepka, who's going to try to prove something this week. And John Rahm, who had a terrible PGA Championship.
Yeah,
I'm just still waiting for him to show up on LIV.
I feel like Rahm is in an adjustment period, and it's
Yes.
going to take a year of him being on LIV to figure out the fact that you're no longer doing that anymore.
Wow. Great take.
Like,
Great
you're
take.
no longer, this is not what that is. This is this. This is a new thing. You need to adjust and find a way to be dominant here and love it.
Couldn't agree more. That is an awesome,
You think
awesome
so?
take. That is probably your best take you've ever had on the
Thanks,
show.
man. Thank you.
Literally, John Rahm, it is an adjustment period, and it's taking him a full year. I think next year, if everything remains the same, John Rahm next year will be back to being a dominant John Rahm. And Kim Jong-il says Taylor Gooch is going to dominate this week. Kim Jong-il, I will bet against you on that because Taylor Gooch has never won in the United States.
No, Taylor Gooch is out on this week. You're out of your mind.
I don't know why you guys get behind Taylor Gooch as because he's been jaded by qualifiers and all this stuff, and he was the number one golfer on LIV Golf last year. He had a great run.
He
but
did.
But
he's
not,
Taylor Gooch.
He's
Taylor Gooch.
He's not Tiger Woods, guys.
He is not.
You guys keep treating him like he
not
is.
one of the best.
Tough guy to get behind. So I'm telling you, he's not going to win this week. Not going to win. That is my take. I'm going to post that on social media.
In fact, he's
because
like-
every time that we have done a take like that, Xander Schauffele
He's
wins.
probably the
Anthony
only
Kim comes in last.
the only guy out there. This is another take I'm gonna give you. So he's the only guy out there that has used LIV to enhance his notoriety as a player, and he's just not that. He wasn't the guy on the PG. He's not the guy.
He's not the guy.
LIV has put him on a pedestal, and he's not him.
He had a great run.
I'm not saying he's bad, but yeah.
But he also won everything over in fucking international territory.
Right.
He hasn't won in the U.S. yet. He hasn't even been close. Nick Nowitzki says Rahm's in second, I think, for this week. Okay.
There goes the phone.
Phone down, folks.
Where are we at?
So, key teams to watch, they all are in relation to the players that I said. Legion 13, I think they've got the best opportunity to win this week. Caleb Surratt, stick, going to be awesome this week. John Rahm, he's going to be John Rahm in a way. And then In the overall stand, I get it, Nick. So Nick Nowitzki
What's our next
says
major?
in the overall standings, he meant. I totally get it. Our next major after the U.S. Open next week. U.S. Open's next week.
Oh my god.
Pinehurst #2.
Oh my god. I'm an
Iconic.
idiot.
No, it's all right. We
So
got
we got-
we got a big show next
So
week.
we got LIV guys again back in the mix, and so who's in?
Oh no, Trot Golfer wants. Oh, I don't even know if I should say this out loud. Can Butsy name all LIV teams?
Fuck no, I can't. Fuck no, I can't, and I will admit that to you. I am less when I watch the product that is LIV Golf. I appreciate the team aspect, and it's oftentimes after the individual winner is crowned, I find out that the team won, and I'm happy for them. But it's like trading cards. I'm not so caught up in the team who's winning. I still want to see who the individual winner is. I want to see who the best player that golfed their ball that week is, and that's what I'm concerned with. So for that reason, I am not super dialed with the teams yet. I have not adopted that. It's not something that I'm into. That might change in the next year or two if this product continues, but for me right now, I am not a team guy.
On the contrary.
Are you okay?
Yeah, there's so much I like. I just went into complete overload. Trot Golfer. So Trot Golfer says, "Don't worry, nobody can." Yes, I can.
Well, Matt can.
I can.
Matt.
But
can.
I've been following
Matt
this
knows.
from day one. So, range goats are my favorite. Then you got the Cleeks, you got the Rippers, you got the
See, saying shit
Crushers,
like I don't-
you got the Smash,
I don't
you
know what
got
the fuck
Legion
that is.
13, you've got the Ironheads, you got the High Flyers.
You're more of a LIV fan than me, and you
I
won't
am.
fucking admit it.
No, I am.
You're just more versed. Maybe it's because
No.
you have to be.
I like LIV Golf. I hate the LIV Golf
And
dorky fan accounts
Caddie.
that are so jaded and stupid. I hate them.
Also, if you're running a fucking podcast and this gets addressed every episode,
you got to know it.
It behooves you to be in the know of all of it. You're doing your homework. That's all you're doing.
I do a lot of homework.
Bro,
on it.
I love it.
So, the other two teams that I have for the week, other than Legion 13, which now I'm going to start gambling on this, so it's going to get even more interesting. But Smash GC and Crushers GC. Crushers GC are going to be there every week, in my opinion.
Okay.
That's Bryson's team. With
Bryson.
Anabon Lahiri, Chucky Three Sticks, and Paul Casey.
Do you know what? So I used to do, when I first started the Butsy thing, I used to go live at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk on like Friday nights. And I had a Puma hat, like the pork, the hat that like Bryson used to wear.
Yeah.
And what I used to do is put my cigarettes out in the top of the hat. And I referred to Bryson as Bryson Day Slam Butts.
I had a football fantasy team that was Bryson Douche Shampoo.
We're in. Here you go. Right here. All right. But I also I met Bryson at Top Golf.
Yeah, you're a
And-
big fan of Bryson.
I am and I have his cell phone number, and I can text him. And
How about we FaceTime him?
I don't want to do that. I've done that in the past. It doesn't work out well. He's like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry," but
So sorry.
also you're also this figurehead, and you occupy this space where he goes, "No, I know people hate me." He knows what he is. Like, he understands.
He knows the mistakes he's made.
Well, whoever is his publicist, and there's somebody that guides him.
Okay, their PR team's really good.
It's next to godliness, because they do shit that's cringe on purpose. Like with him.
Yeah, but now he's. Did you see him with Garrett
Good.
from Good? Yeah.
Enough
He's-
said.
He's doing a ton on, but he also said this.
It used to blow my
recently.
mind. Why the fuck is a PGA Tour player fucking
He
around
goes-
with influencers?
No, but now he's doing it with LIV, and he's doing a lot of it. And he's got his own YouTube channel.
Oh.
And here's the thing. Bryson said that YouTube is actually the reason why he's much more self-aware of himself now, because he's trying to create content for people that are interested in it and he's starting to understand what people want, what people are looking for, and he has credited that to him being more entertaining at the Masters and at
stupid.
the PGA.
But it's fucking stupid.
Some of it is. Some of it is very cringe.
And the fans will appreciate the fact that he actually cares about that, because you talk to a guy like Pat Perez, and here's his rendition.
Oh, you literally just said the words, and Trot Golfer calls you out and goes, "Ha ha, Butsy hangs with Pat."
So, and this is Pat's take, and this is not,
What does Pat think of him?
Well, here's the deal. It's very simple. We have millions of dollars now. We are set. Why? At some point, you're just bored. You have all this money. You don't have to give. You could shut down your social media. Bryson could delete everything. And yes, he's not going to make the small amount of money or whatever the fuck he's doing on YouTube and all that shit. That ain't. Even if he did it for the next 10 years, okay, let's say he makes $2 million off of it. That's great. Pat's take is, we're already here. We got all this fucking money. Why are we still listening to these idiots? Why are we still pandering? Why are we still playing into it? Why are we doing matches? Why are we going on YouTube? Why are we doing any of this shit? We don't got to do this anymore. We hit the lottery. Fuck them. Why are we still doing this?
It's an interesting take, but then you have to think.
No, it doesn't. Just shut it down. Who cares? Don't respond to anything. Don't
Well,
it doesn't matter.
But doesn't it matter that you're doing it for the fans?
No.
Why?
Because you're not there for the fans.
I'm here for the fans.
I
You're
am
here
too.
For the fans.
I am. But here, I'm going to say this right now, and I think everybody here would agree with me. If you gave me $20 million tomorrow and asked me if I still wanted to fucking dude, you won't hear from me again.
I would still do this. That's what's crazy.
I might do it every now and then, or like a guest appearance, but aside from that, you won't hear from me, bro. I'm gone. I don't need it. I don't need to be in the limelight. I don't need to be heard from or talk to anybody. I'm done.
See, I would love to just do this every
$20
single
million.
day.
I'm fucking
No matter
out.
how much I'm worth, I would love to do this every single day. I love this. I love the interaction with the audience, whether you love us or hate us. Doesn't matter. I absolutely love it.
Dude, if I had $20 million transferred to my account right now, I would go buy the dopest golf cart known to man. I would join 2 or 3 clubs. I would buy a really cool house, maybe 2 or 3 of them, in a couple states where I wanted to play golf. And I would be a rogue ghost, and you would not hear from me again. That's what I would do every day, and I would be quiet. Straight up. What's the point at that point? So, yeah, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I would miss it, and I'd be like, yeah, I want to come back and share my opinion with people.
See, but it's not just about sharing my opinion. I take a lot from what the audience tells me, and that's what I learn. I'm always learning. I'm learning 24/7.
Tell me that when you get that check.
Oh, I've had that.
I'm just saying. You can't readily say that. If some guy popped up right now and he goes, "Here you go," I think it changes. I think money changes people.
I think money changes people, but I've been in that situation. I've actually been in the situation.
So back to the Bryson thing. So he's
where
like you.
money changed me.
So Bryson's like you.
And now I'm post that.
And maybe I'm a little bit like that. I would still kind of want to be involved, but Bryson's doing this shit for the sole purpose that he likes doing it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what we're talking about.
You do what you love.
He loves doing
That's
it.
what Trot Golfer just said.
Yeah, he likes it.
All right, folks, I think that just about wraps it up. We're on almost 2 hours. This is
Yeah.
the longest broadcast we've ever had.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Outside of the first Trevor's when we started hitting golf shots.
Yeah, we need to do that again.
Yeah, I think so.
Where are we at next week? Do we know?
I don't. So I meant to tell you over the weekend. I'm like, hey, we need a spot. I don't know where we're going to end up going.
What do you guys think about, I'm going to throw this out there. If there was a way that and I know we always do 7 o'clock on Tuesdays, but If there was a way that we could do this playing, is that something that like you'd be into? I'm gonna throw it out there. If we could manage
If
to,
we're on the golf course,
yeah, if we could do this somehow while playing golf, is that something that you'd be interested in? Got to throw it out there.
yeah, we'll throw it out to the people. I'll throw it out there on Twitter too to see.
Yeah. Would you watch a podcast, like
Interesting.
a live podcast from a round of golf?
Be
I don't know if
tough,
people.
though.
I don't think people. Well, it would, but it's not that hard.
Interesting.
Couple Wi-Fi hotspots.
Nick Nowitzki says like Top Golf.
No, like, hey, we're playing. Here's what's going on, and like, yes, we're talking, but inadvertently, there's golf going on too, and that's also being shown.
Interesting.
I'm trying to find some way to mesh what Good's doing and the live shit, but also satisfy talking and discussing golf.
I think we gotta get the additional channel aspect going.
Yes.
To where
I'll take that from you. Thank you, Jude.
can I just get a shot of whiskey real quick?
Oh boy.
Just the Sazerac Rye's fine.
I'll take one of those as well. Yeah.
So
Let's stay live
Truck
while we
Golfer
cap
said
this off.
you need camera folks. And I completely agree. That's the one thing that has always held us back is having camera people out there that are willing to do this. And so if we had camera people out here in Arizona,
We have a winner.
we would 100%
This
do
is something
content
that people are not
out
doing.
on the golf course.
Yeah. If you and I could sit down in a golf cart and just play golf, right? And in the midst of playing golf, like we do when we go play already,
Yeah, I know.
we discussed
There's
golf
some
last
funny
week.
shit.
Like, dude, how many times have we played on a Sunday and we're talking about the pod coming up and what we're going to discuss? That's the pod.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that's the pod. I would say that is the
Or at least a
addition-
prequel.
That's the additional content
Yeah.
that you want to see on a YouTube channel.
And then the back and forth between us because
Oh.
we have some pretty good fucking matches. Like, we're not terrible players. You know? Like when you got hot at Shadows that one day. Like
No,
started-
you got hot at Shadows.
Oh, I did get dialed in that day.
Yeah, you did.
no, but you did too.
No, I was early and often. I'm better on. So I've always said this.
I got to beer like 11
I am the
and then-
worst at a par 3 course. I am awesome when it gets to long golf courses.
You see right here, you need camera folks.
I know.
Therein lies the essence. Who is going to come
We
out?
need a couple interns to hold cameras while we're out there. That's it.
That's it. Hey, dude.
Because I'm not in a position right now to where
Too expensive.
we can start paying thousands
No.
of dollars.
Yeah. And that's
for
what they
somebody
want,
to come
guys. Just so
out.
you know. Just so you know, to have a team come out and fully capture what you're doing, it's in the thousands for a day.
Yeah.
It really is. So, yeah.
And it's just not feasible to get started.
No, you.
So it's like you need somebody who's willing, who wants to break into the media world.
Well, like Bob Does Sports is a good example, right?
Yeah. They had Jet early on who
Jet
just
early on, he put in his investment. He goes, I see where this is going. Not making any money. And then fast forward, part of the crew, and now look at what we got. And that's what they do. And they occupy their own space and they do their thing. That's not exactly like what we would do, but yeah. Anyways.
'cause
Wow.
there's definitely some matches and so forth that I want to have and do.
Yeah.
And, we have the game for it. That's the thing. It's like a lot of these influencers don't want to play because
Well, there's
they know they're going to get had.
Bro, if you and I teamed up again, I am confident I would take you and I against any of give me the best duo that is in influencer golf, and we will fucking beat the fuck out of them.
I would agree. I think the one team that might give us
Brian Bros.
Yeah, I think they would actually give us a good hard time out there.
And they deserve all the credit that they've gotten. They deserve the sponsorship exemptions that Wes and what's his brother's name?
Brian. George
has gotten. George is a fucking real player. But outside of him, there's not a lot of dudes that are actually competent.
It's too bad Garrett and what's-his-face split. What was the other one?
Oh, dude. And then you got Busted Jack.
No, Busted Jack would get dominated.
Yeah. No.
Busted Jack
I'll
would
play them
absolutely
for
get destroyed.
any amount of money on the earth.
Any amount.
Yeah.
I would throw $1 million on that one.
If I had it, yeah, for sure.
There's no chance.
But this is what we need to get into.
Come on in.
Oh, is this the deal?
Thanks, Jude.
What is this?
Sazerac. Well, we're going to sip it. We're not going to just down
Well,
it.
keep talking for a little bit.
So, Busted Jack would not hold a candle to us.
No.
And they can play, right? They're not terrible golfers, right?
Have you watched them?
Oh, here we go. Truck Golfer wants to know because you did post some stuff about that you were going to be doing some content with DOD King.
Yeah. So I can't. The reason that I didn't say more about. So, Dodd and I, we used to have the same sponsor. He was sponsored by 1764 Golf, and no offense to Swannies or anything like that. We had a conversation, and there's a. I don't want to call it a meetup. It's like a tour that Dodd is going to be managing a team. When he called me, he said, "Look, dude, we're the '96 Pistons. We're the bad boys of golf, and I can't think of anybody else that I'd rather have on my team than you." Fred Durst was involved. We had a conversation. This is going down. This is going to happen in the next 6 months. So rather than us play against each other, and I got to talking to him, he gets it. That guy preys off of hate, and he understands that being hated is just as powerful as being liked. So we're not going to play a match against each other. We're going to end up on the same team, and we're going to do this thing, and it will be coming out, and stay tuned for that. So Dodd's cool. I'm a big Dodd fan. He's like a young me when I first started. Say whatever you want, create hatred, and that's what you kind of base your whole brand around. So.
I got to tell you, I'm not happy about it.
What do you mean?
I don't want you to be on DOD's team.
That's my guy. I mean, after talking to him for a little bit, he's so young, dude.
He is young.
He's so young. So, like, when you start talking, I mean, he's so immersed in this world and he thinks that it's everything. And I don't know that he's ever had, like, a real job or understands business on, like, a level that you should. And I'm not trying to hate at all. I'm just talking about the conversation that we had, and it was very apparent that
So are you going to
here.
be on this team with
Yes, yeah, we will be on a team of 5. Yeah. Yep, versus other teams. And apparently Fred Durst is one of the team captains. It's a whole...
Oh, well, that's cool.
It'll come out. It'll come out.
Yeah, who are you playing or you can't say?
I cannot disclose. I signed an NDA. I cannot disclose what that
That's
is. But we all fly out. There's like 2 or 3 events that we go, and yeah, so we'll get there.
Wow.
I like Dodd. I'm a Dodd fan. I'm a huge Dodd King fan for sure. Like, I'm a fan of his. Do you follow him?
I do.
What's your thoughts?
I appreciate the fact that he doesn't mind the criticism and that he plays off of it.
Well, dude, he's another guy that's like a guy that could go shoot 68 or 75, just like we can.
You think?
Yes. Yeah. He's an upper echelon influencer golfer.
Okay.
Most of those dudes, I don't even want to call him super entertaining. Bob Does Sports, Fat Perez, like I played against Fat Perez. Decent enough player, but he hits at 265. Like, that's kind of the extent to that. And then
you take him to Bethpage Black, you play from the tips, it's not going to work.
Dude.
And I love Fat Perez, but that's just not going to work for him. I've played with him. We played a match. We played a Quintero. Like, that is not going to go well.
The dude don't hit it out of his shadow.
Yeah.
He really doesn't. And he is very, very nice ball striker. Got a good short game, but...
Well, it's funny because the first time you and I played together up at True North,
yeah,
I hit 3-wood off of the tee, and you're just like, holy fuck.
Bro, when I first played with you, and that's probably why we're here right now, there was a, you know how it goes, man. You go play with a new guy, and you're like, I don't know, I'm kind of vetting this guy.
Yeah, you don't really know.
I played with Matt for the first time, and I instantly figured out this guy has played competitive golf for some allotted amount of time. He has the pedigree. He has the way about him that he goes about playing golf. You can tell how he hits the golf ball. This guy is polished as fuck. Maybe he doesn't play as much as he would like to anymore, but this dude's good at golf.
Well, that's why.
And that's you.
This conversation is very interesting about the YouTube golf and everything like that, because I'm like, I would love to start having some of these matches to where the game starts getting exposed a little bit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Nobody's exposing these guys. They're left to the power of their editors. So, for example, when I played with Bob Does Sports, we sat on a par 5, and I'm just going to say this because I don't really give a fuck. So, and it was the first time in the round that it happened. Everything was kosher until we got to the 9th hole, Gold Canyon. It's a par 5. And Fat Perez and he's got 275 in. I got 232 in. I hit mine on the green. I 2-putt for birdie. He hits his to the front right of the green. They sat there and filmed him putting probably 30 times until the putt finally went in. And then, once it went in, they had a celebration, and Jet goes, pull it back. We got to see that putt go in again. We need a different celebration. And I'm sitting in the golf cart looking back going like, are we going to go to the next hole yet? Like, what the? This is what y'all do? This is bullshit. Like, this is a fake celebration. This is like winning a scramble that nobody else is playing it.
Entertainment.
I get it, but that's what happened, and I was immediately I was like, I don't want to do that.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Anti-Liv says, why couldn't the Liv Trolls put together a team? Because they do not want that heat. I don't think the Liv fan accounts are actual golfers.
They aren't.
So there's that.
No, you're in the right there.
Trot Golfer says, do you make a nice check from the Influencer Liv League?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I think he's asking you.
What do you mean?
The Influencer Live League, which I guess that is like what you're talking about with DOD King.
Yeah, so all the money on Instagram comes from a predetermined monthly spend with these companies to pay you to periodically and strategically shout out their brand. And it's on a schedule. So you're going to get you're offering this much. So at least 4 times a month, they're going to see a story. At least 2 times a month, they're going to see a full post. Outside of that, anything extraneous to that is great, and they love it, and I try to do that. But the amount is negotiated up front, and that's what you get paid monthly.
There you go. I think that kind of sums it up for tonight. What do you think?
I think so.
I mean, we still
Let's
got
enjoy
some
these whiskeys.
Sazerac.
Anybody want to talk about anything else? I mean, I'm fucking open book right now. You might as well.
I will just say this, and FP knows this. We did.
And don't get me wrong. I love those guys.
That's the thing. It's like
I'm not hating.
I'm not shitting on them whatsoever.
It's just
but
a
it's
product
like
that's what you do.
the late Mikey Perez and I played against the 3 of them. So Fat Perez, good old Bob, and then what's his face, Joey Colcuts. So we played against the 3 of them, in the back 9 at Quintero. And I will just say this: they were closed down 5 on the back 9, and
Quick.
they did not. I mean, it wasn't fair.
And they're not thinking they're coming out there to beat you.
Well, they definitely thought like, oh, we'll compete. It's 3 versus 2, and it's like, you guys haven't played against guys like us.
So when it went south for me with FP, when we were playing, we were on hole 11 at Gold Canyon. I hit mine in the fairway. I was playing great that day. He hit his a little left. He was down behind a bush. And the match is going. And so I'm excited for him, right? And we're like battling and like, okay, we're really doing it now. We're like actually getting a match in. So I'm like down and the camera guy's there and I'm like looking at the lie and he's in the desert and I go, dude, you can hook this around this tree. Like, you got a shot here. Let's see it. And he looks at me and he goes, nah, fam, like, this is for TV. And he picks up his ball out of the desert, and he walks it out to the fairway.
Who did that?
Yeah, and he drops
No,
it in
who?
FP.
Oh, no.
And he drops it in the rough, and he goes, no, let's just say that I hit it a little left, and, like, you're in the fairway. Meanwhile, I'm, like, totally dialed in like we're having a match. Like, this is great. All you got to do is hit a little hook around this tree. You got a shot out of the desert. We found it. Sitting up. Let's go. Let's hit this thing. Nah, dude. And then he drops it. He goes, we're not trying to fuck up new clubs. You know, whatever. And he drops it. He hits it to, like, 30 feet. And then I go up and hit mine. And it was at that point I was like, okay, I see it. Okay, I got it. Got it. All right. This is made for TV. We're making made-for-TV content out here, and that's what we're doing.
But that's not what people want to see. That's the problem that I think they miss.
And it was a huge turnoff for me, and I vocalized it after we putted out. And I said, what are we doing here? Was this, like, are we actually having a match, or, like, we just fluffing and, like, you know, whatever happens, and, like, if it looks cool, then we'll put it out. And I think that's probably one of the reasons that that match never made the light of day.
It didn't. No, it got stashed, just like when Mikey and I played
and
against
I was
them.
butthurt. And I was like, what the
But-
fuck, dude? I set this all up for everybody.
But I will say this. With the match with Mikey and I, it was already predetermined ahead of time that we're probably not going to put this out there. So it's like...
I'm not even hating at this point. I just get it. Like, I get what your product is.
But I will say this. I would love for us to put out some content.
You and I need to go take guys on.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, there's such an opportunity here for us to be out there for some funny moments. Because every time that we've played together,
It is
there have been
hilarious.
some hilarious
Bro,
moments. And we're not filmed because we
Oh
don't
my
have the film
God.
crew there.
We go, if we would have gotten that, that's
Gold. Absolute
world-class
gold.
shit. Yeah.
I mean, the craftiest man alive. We gave him that moniker like from hole one.
But this is what I'm telling you. This is why these nerds are winning, is because they actually have a crew. That's all it is.
So I'm going to throw it out to my Twitter side. You throw it out to your Instagram
We need
side.
a little help.
We're going to throw out who wants to intern
And you will be included in
for
this
Pull
for
Hook
the
Golf.
long run.
Yeah, you'll get a small equity stake, and you will be a part of all of this.
Yeah. We need a little help here.
Because
Neither of us are rich. We cannot pay $5,000 a week for a crew.
No, my wife makes sure that I'm not rich.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, shit. But, like, that's the truth, dude. People don't realize the content that they see is very expensive. Even though it still looks like low-budget porno films, that is still a $3,000 or $4,000 venture to have those people come out and capture what you get to go watch on YouTube. Like, when you watch the Wesley Bryan match with John Rahm at Silverleaf, did you watch that?
yeah.
Okay. That was a whole fucking camera crew out there. $3,000 mics. Everybody's mic'd up. They're capturing 8 hours of content, and they're editing the whole thing. And it still looks like a low-budget film, but John Rahm's in it, so we love it. That's very expensive to do. And that's why they win. So, anyways.
I feel you. I feel you on all of it.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying what you're watching is highly manufactured.
And I want to bring some authenticity to it all, is what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm a guy, guys, I'm not saying I'm the best golfer in the world. I
You might
could
be.
go out there and throw an 82 out there consistently. Like, if you asked me,
I play with you
Matt,
enough times, bro. You are never shooting 82.
but
It's not going to
if
happen.
you asked me, Matt, go out shoot 82 every single time, I could do that.
for
No
a
matter,
million, for
no
a
matter
million,
the golf course.
for $1 million,
No matter the golf course.
for $1 million.
Could easily shoot
Yes.
82. But
Matt's
That's it.
good. Just so you guys know, Matt is fucking really good at golf.
that's
He's probably
accurate
not
to
as
a degree.
You can tell when you play with him. He has a little bit of a crush where maybe he's not as long as he once used to be, and he will
That is
discuss that
true.
with you.
That is true.
He'll get a little mad. He'll like fucking absolutely pimp one, and it's like 294, and he'll be like, man, back in the day, that used to be-
340.
Oh yeah, but he's nice. This dude's nice with a golf club. He really is. And if he wanted to partner up with me and
I want to
play-
partner up with you.
dude, and we want to play these dudes.
I want to play some team.
I
want
wouldn't- I
us to
wouldn't hesitate
film
for a
against
moment.
somebody.
Bro, the only guys that we got to worry about, like you said, George and Wes Bryant together from the back tees.
But I think
stipulated
this
round.
is like Jake Paul starting in boxing. We start taking on just some people with some clout. And we just start knocking them down a notch.
The problem is, here's the issue. They won't play you because you don't is beneficiate a word? It's probably not. You won't even be able to step into the octagon with them because you don't have enough suck-off followers, as I'll call it, to benefit them where even if we lose, we're gonna be able to broadcast to their guys. So we don't benefit them enough. They benefit us greatly, especially if we win. They're not going to take the match, and they especially won't put it out on fucking YouTube. And that right there in lies the whole deal with these dudes that are at the top of the game. They have it cornered, and they suck each other off, and they play with dudes that can co-benefit them based on their follower count and based on who's watching. It's very articulate. Like, the math is there. They're not going to fuck with us. We're not there. They're going to go, you don't have enough benefit for us to even fuck with you. So
We need somebody with a decent following to be willing to just get destroyed by us. That's what it is.
GM of or CEO of golf is a good place to start.
I would love to play him.
Do you know who that is?
It's
Played
funny.
with him at Gold Canyon last weekend.
He came into
He's fucking good as fuck at golf.
he came into my gym.
That dude. So, I didn't know this guy from Head in a Handbasket or whatever the fuck the term
Why
is.
does your mic keep moving?
Keeps fucking cruising away from me. Why is it doing
Is that a sign from the universe that we should be done?
No. So, CEO of golf. I forget what his first name is, but anyways, when we got 8-9 holes in, he figured out you're not a complete pleb. You actually have a little bit of game, but my shit's pretty tight. He would be a contender. That kid hits the ball magnificently.
All right. So how about
So we asked them.
Can you reach out to him?
Dude, I got it. Yeah. He said, I'm down. Whatever you want to do.
Would love a match, me and you versus him and some other bud.
So he needs a buddy.
Yeah.
Who is that buddy?
Up to him.
Who would you ideally have him pick?
Listen, he's got a decent enough Instagram following
He does.
that I feel like he would be like just himself, whoever he wants to bring. He'll probably bring a stick,
Why wouldn't you?
right?
I would.
I'd be okay with that.
All right, so
I haven't been playing. That's the other great thing. Like, I'm prime for the picking right
but
now.
Maddie, you could say, look, dude, we got a match in 2 weeks.
Oh, I would train.
Yeah, you're going to go out. All right, I'm going to go
Yeah.
fucking chip.
If you gave me 2 weeks, I could train.
Yeah, I'm going to go chip for a couple hours a day. I'm going to putt an hour a day. I'm going to go hit balls for an hour a day. My shit will be about as nice as it can possibly be in 2 weeks, and then let's let it go.
Yeah.
And then film it.
I'd be good with that.
What the problem is that's not currently the way that these matches go down on YouTube. They are fluff, they are bullshit, they are made up, and they are strictly to lure you idiots into thinking or loving the provocative nature of what these guys are saying, extraneous to golf. I'm grabbing a glizzy at the turn.
So Draw Golfer says, Matt, where do you play or practice? That's the best question I have ever been asked because I'm a nomad. I go wherever people will have me, and it normally I will say this when I play. Cheers. When I play,
You want to polish it?
no.
See, that's my thinking.
When I play, it's normally an invite. I tell this to a lot of people are like, Matt, let's go out and play golf. Unless you invite me to go out and play, I have too many people, too many different golf circles to where I've become a fucking snob, to be honest. To
Oh,
where-
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't invite people to come play with
Just
me.
like me,
because
bro.
I always get invited to go do
Just
something.
like me. Same
so
shit.
it's like when we connected and I brought Butsy over to Mountain Shadows, I've got a crew out there
Bro.
that I just get invited out to from time to time.
The hardest thing in the world is
I would love to have a spot, though.
is knowing that you need to put out Instagram content on a Saturday for the round that you have chosen to play in, but you had 4 choices. Now, all those guys that you didn't choose to play with are fucking mad at you, and they see that you're playing here with Matt, let's say,
Oh, my God. You did run into this.
Bro, it happens all the time because there's 40 guys that want to play with you on a weekend, and then
But that's why I never set up golf.
you pick, all right, and then all of a sudden we fast forward, we're on like the 3rd hole, Maddie's hitting a shot, and we're playing with this guy. Fuck you, man. Like, I asked you to play. Like, yeah, you can't play. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
If you invite me out, I will play. That's normally how it goes.
Us as a team, though,
Oh,
we are onto something there.
Trot. Wait, where's Trot at? What golf course? is
Trot's
Trot
out west.
at? Where though?
He fucking smokes hand-rolled cigarettes. This guy is out of his mind. He is like
Trot, if you give me a spot to go practice and play,
how do I
I'll
describe
come
this
out
guy?
and play some golf out there and film some content out there too.
he's a good guy. That's all I will say. That's all I could say about him. Good guy.
But my parents live out west.
Well, he doesn't have to play out west. He's just been devout. He has commented.
But if
he
he's
has
got a
supported the
course-
feed.
Oh, actually, we got invited on Instagram
No,
to
I would say that
go play
Trot,
Silverleaf.
Trot gets first fucking dibs because he has been here. He was here a couple weeks ago when we were at Goldwater Brewery. He was telling people, why the fuck are you not liking this stuff, blah, blah, blah. He gets a trump card. Like, that guy needs to be included.
Okay.
And, frankly, he hand-rolled me like 4 cigarettes when I was blacked out of my mind.
Trot,
so.
send me a message. I'll come out. We'll shoot some content.
He's
out
a cool
there.
cat.
We did get invited on Instagram to go play Silverleaf.
By who?
I'll inform you after the show.
Okay. All right. I got you.
We can do anything we want. Oh, Palmbrook, beautiful. I'll
Nice-
come out.
Nice track.
Yeah, I'll come out. I don't know why you're laughing so hard.
Kendall Critchfield has also invited us to CGCC.
I go where I am wanted. That's what I will say.
Same here. If you want me, if you value me coming out to your track,
Everybody always asks me.
otherwise
though.
I'll just pay.
It's so funny though. They're like, "Where do you belong? What country club?" I'm like, "I don't, man."
Changes every week.
I was like, "Listen, whoever invites me to come out and play a club, I go. I play." My buddy in Florida,
I have
who
to pee with the demon
I
of 1,000.
So Golf Pros NYC in New York City, when we were there, my buddy, and he messaged me this over the weekend. He goes, "Matt, you're the type of guy that people just invite you and you go wherever it is
That's my
and
deal.
people want to play golf
Yeah.
with you."
People want to play golf with you.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's the most accurate thing that I can probably say.
So
and
then
that's
you-
what's led me to being this guy to where I don't belong anywhere. I just go play some of the awesomest golf clubs because people want to go out and play golf. You got it. Just recognize, folks, that this is piss break number 3, and I'm keeping it together over here. Do I have to piss? Absolutely. And it'll happen. It'll happen right after this. Absolutely love Butsy. I mean, Butsy's been a phenomenal addition to the show, and I absolutely love doing the show with Butsy. It's been an absolute blast. So, that being said, I will come out to Palmbrook. We will film some content out there for sure, Trot. I will hit you up after this show as well because I always need a place to go practice. That's the thing that, like, people don't want to necessarily just let you come out and beat golf balls at your golf course. And I am one of those guys that, like, I go out, I'll be there all day. That's the only problem. So I'll be there all day. I love that thumbs up by Apple that they do that. But I will be there for a long time, practice, and get just absolutely locked in. Go ahead. Yeah. Pop the mic on. Pop the mic.
So there's a big miss here. I just found it out when I was, anytime a man goes take a piss into a urinal, a lot of things come to his head. And I think everybody can relate to that.
Do you have the coming to Jesus moment?
No, Jesus was not there. It was just a solace. It was a solace type thing. So we are fucking up. Okay?
By what?
Well, let me tell you. So we have the live feed going, right?
We still got 100 people on.
I understand, but we have our live feed going.
Yeah.
We need 2 or 3 more phones going. So this phone needs to be going, and then we need an Instagram live phone going.
We can do the Instagram
How?
live through the software.
So we're fucking up by not having.
You want to have Instagram live?
Yes. We are
The
making.
challenge with Instagram live is it is only up and down, I believe.
That's fine, but offer it. Like, have it be a channel over here.
Okay.
You want to capture,
we can do that.
Dude. I'm telling you right now, like we have to have that. Anyways, so
does that? I mean,
so
what are you thinking?
If you were gonna
out of
pick,
that restroom,
if you were gonna, what out of the restroom?
No, just what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking I'm still caught up on the versus match because matches are a big thing right now on YouTube.
Oh God! And I will say this: I threw it out to Twitter. I go, "What content would you like to see from us?" And this was even before you. This was like when I was just starting to build the Twitter following, and they all. I mean, it was majority was love to see on-course content.
So like. For me personally, I used to have a problem with this because I will never go and watch this shit.
I'm going to go to the restroom.
No way. Are you taking after 2 hours?
2.5.
Oh, dude, let me move my legs. Here, I got to lock down.
Did you know these chairs were blue?
There he goes. All right, it's just Butsy, folks. And it is a blue chair. Anyways, Maddie will be back, but where do I go with this? So, first off, here's where I'll start. It's fucking crazy that we are at a point in our lives that there are 20 to 40-year-old men that actively go to YouTube instead of watching other, you could watch Graham Hancock, you could watch Joe Rogan, you could watch Fear Factor, you could watch whatever the fuck you want at night. What is popular are these shit golf matches. Dude, there's no way you peed.
You came running out too.
Yeah, but you didn't even, that's not even possible.
Oh,
What'd you...
When you got a show to do, you rush that shit. You cut it off.
So what I was saying was, first off, I had to literally come to Jesus and say, okay, this is real. It's not for me. And if I think in terms of myself,
is that a real thing?
We'll run into a wall because I'll go, I'm never going to fucking watch these nerds play golf. Because I tried. I literally, bro.
I'm not going to lie.
I went on YouTube and I said, okay, what's popular?
I thought about starting a podcast in addition to this that was just talking about the YouTube.
So I type in the most popular golf accounts, blah, 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 and all this shit comes up, and you go and watch it, and you get about 3 minutes in, and I'm just like, this is garbage. This is fake. This is 5 guys that shoot 85 having a conversation about glizzies at the turn. And, we've already done that. That's okay. All right, cool. And the humor's not there, and it's very elementary school, and, all right, cool. That's what we're supposed to consume. How can we make this better?
Authenticity.
Fuck.
That's my biggest thing.
Oh.
I want to see some authentic.
It got to the
shit.
point where I was like, I think I'm out.
Austin just said that.
Out. Like, I just don't even want to do this anymore. This is so fucking dumb.
Here's the thing, though. Austin Whittington on the YouTube side says you can easily take out #1 Rick Shields. He believes us.
How is Rick Shields anybody? I met Rick Shields 5 years ago in Florida at the PGA show with his butter teeth and his reviews. And I guess, how do I...
Consistency, man. That's how.
It's not even consistency. It's this. People that play golf as a whole and what they're looking for, and like, they're just dumb. They're dumb as fuck. They're looking to a guy like Rick Shields to guide them and tell them what the best shit is. And they're entertained by things that they don't even know are like completely erroneous and fucking stupid because they don't know what it really is. So how do you teach them that? Like, how do you get to a point where, like, you just speak on a real level without manufacturers sucking your ass and just say, hey, like, here's what's good. What are you,
Okay.
a 12 handicap? Like, what's the
Question.
best driver for you?
Question from Trot. Trot Golfer says, will DOD match be on the level? So if we challenge DOD and somebody else, would it be on the level
So,
that you would look for?
yeah. So I think what these guys are trying to do, and there's a huge entity behind what's coming for this DOD match, right? It's not just DOD. It's a whole lot of people that occupy almost like franchise teams.
So they're trying to do
So
what Bleacher
think-
Report's doing
think about-
with Grass League.
No. So, like, the best way I could put it, and it's not even accurate, but it's close, is think LIV Golf for influencers.
Well, I'd be out.
No, you wouldn't be out because, like, what spot do you occupy? You know, they're just going to steal audiences and pull them all in.
Okay. If this happened, you have a team with DOD King, Fred Durst is involved.
He literally said, he goes, our team is the bad boy team.
So
We are the
I
shit
would
talkers.
I would then love to throw my hat in that rank.
Yeah, so we need to have a call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm going to text my boy right now.
DOD, I don't think he'd be able to hold a candle. But if we're on the same team, that's a different story. Because I do like him. I do like, and maybe we have him on the pod.
if you
maybe
talk
we
to
bring him
him-
on the pod at some point.
I think he would absolutely do the pod, at least remotely.
I mean, it's unfiltered. It falls right into his category.
Yeah. Hey, dude.
And we have the audience.
Let me get a 30-minute hop in. Tell us what you're fucking working on. I mean, these dudes are in their early to mid-20s. They're hopping in a shitty car, and they're driving all over the country to satisfy and try to make money and, like, make it big doing this. They are not there yet. No matter what you see on Instagram, they have not quite achieved.
They haven't monetized it fully.
They're doing okay.
Yeah,
like
they're doing all
they're
right.
paying their bills, but they're not quite there. So it's really cool. It's actually cool to talk to them and, like, figure out what's going on. They're literally like partying rock stars that are, like, trying to figure out where they land and, like, how does this work out.
And what's funny is I'm not a hater of it because I understand what he's doing.
And I always said a long time ago, when I got into this shit, I was like, I will never do this full time because of that. Like, it's too trivial, it's too reliant.
But I think we're getting to the point to where this can be, and that's something that I've had to digest as well, that it's like, wow, podcast, on-course content, and then some other things dabbled in, this can actually be the full deal.
amongst us who are older, who have substantiated careers or income streams where we're okay, right? And this is not the basis of our livelihood. Absolutely. For those kids, they truly believe that this is how they're going to make their money.
They could.
They could.
I mean,
but
look at Good. They're making mills.
that's one guy.
No, it's a team. It's a group.
Okay, one group.
But I have
One
seen the
group, but
shift
that's one group.
from one-person stuff all the way to people want the brand. And that's where,
Nobody's ever challenged Good.
well, people don't, but think about it. Garrett's individual stuff doesn't do as well as Good. What's his face? I can't think of his goddamn name.
Who?
The one with the goddamn teeth.
I don't know which one has teeth.
He left Good.
Micah?
No, the other one.
I mean, look what Micah did in the fucking qualifier. Oh, my God.
The smiley dude.
There's been a few,
Grant?
Matt. There's
Grant
been a few.
Horvath.
So there's been a few
No,
that.
it's Grant Horvath.
Yeah, so
but he was with Good, and then he went on his own and is not nearly
and
as
had
successful.
but here's
Garrett.
here's the funny
no,
part.
not Gary. It's
Here's
Grant
the funny
Horvath.
part. If he had not been, and we're talking, so this segment we'll call influencer golf because we're literally talking about that.
Yeah, Grant.
We're talking about the influencer world, and I am fully immersed in it. I don't subscribe to it. Frankly, I don't understand it. I don't understand how grown adults are attracted to that product. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. But that doesn't mean that it's bad because obviously there are a tremendous amount of people that are. So I have to go, it's not my thing, but what is it about it that sells?
But is there something that could be better? That's what I always look at.
Correct.
Can
So
it
how
be
do
done
we
better?
improve upon the product?
Make it more authentic. And I think that's what comes
Nobody
across.
else is trying.
Yeah.
Nobody else is trying.
Everybody's kind of doing their full production deal to where it's very staged.
They're all following the cookie cutter shit that we like. Literally, Cart Barn guys and I set forth 10 years ago. Here's what you do: you start out doing trick shots and cool shit, and then you gather an audience, and then you turn into a business. And
Yeah,
then,
you've been a part of this for a long time,
dude.
I
I've
never went
seen
down
it
the path
happen.
of golf influencer ever.
I've seen it happen. It's like, okay,
So Austin's being told the teenagers watch it.
they do, and I can't like why. The why for me is the hard part, and that's what I have to get over. Why? What is it that grips you? Why are you so enthralled by this content?
But I think what is missing is the only thing that if both Brian Bros just focused on YouTube versus one of them being on PGA Tour, one of them trying to be on the PGA Tour, what I think they're missing is the in-between. The guys that are authentic, that are literally good golfers.
Well, they're the OGs
that
too.
are going out there and creating good YouTube content that are funny, that have personalities. That's what really plays well is the personalities, right? I mean, when you look at Bob Does Sports, Bob's hilarious. Fat Perez is great. Joey Colcuts is always complaining.
You're in it for
it's
all
like
the off-course content.
all of that stuff, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to see the golf. So that's the part that I'm like, okay, if there is an opportunity area, it is the authenticity of being a good golfer and then still having all those things. That's why
Correct.
people gravitate towards Bryson DeChambeau because there is a need and a want
We got
for a
J-
good golfer that
Yeah.
has a good
We
personality.
got Joey grading sandwiches. We got Bob talking about Wendy's Nuggets. But at the end of the day, what people are watching is the on-course shit. And then you watch the on-course shit, and it's like, it's just, it doesn't do anything for me. But it does something for some people. So,
Guys, we're reaching out to you. If you guys know people that want to break into the media world, that want to film some golf content and be a part of something that's going to be a lot bigger, let us know because reach out to the Pull Hook Golf
yeah,
account.
there's a miss here.
Because
there's
if
a
we
way
have
to
camera people, we will
Yeah.
start documenting all of this stuff that goes on the golf course, and I guarantee you will be
if
entertained.
you want to see like some good golf and good banter and some real shit actually looks like we can definitely
Fuck,
do
2
that.
Thursdays ago, I played 72 holes of golf.
This is what
in
I'm
a
saying,
day.
bro. This is what I'm saying. And documenting that journey and the hardships endured along the way.
I also said this at the time. So I'm like, okay, how can we add additional elements into this? Well, I don't really smoke weed. I took a couple hits
What
on
does
the
weed
golf
have to do
course.
with it?
No, here's the thing. So just messing up the mental capacity of what you're doing because you're playing golf, right? Now you're going to add an extra element. And what ended up happening is, so because of that, now you have to focus in a different way. I ended up chipping in on a hole after I had just taken a hit. And I don't smoke on the golf course. I've told you this.
No, I got you.
But
I got you.
it was
But
one
you
of those days.
You got dialed in.
Well, I mean, we had played 36 holes. It's like, what can be different?
And now we're, hey, post chip in, Matt's face.
Exactly.
How you feeling?
Look at him
Yeah,
because
look at this guy.
it was hilarious. And my buddy's dying. He goes,
but
I have always been the highest one on the golf course, and you are by far the highest
but
one on the
none
golf
of
course.
that experience sees the light of day.
No.
And therefore,
And what's great is I chip in. I have this incredible chip in, and my heart is racing. Okay? I get to the next tee, and immediately, you know what the thought is? This is what the pros deal with. Coming down the stretch, and their heart, because I had my Apple
now
Watch
you're
on.
stoned out of your mind.
Well, I'm looking at my Apple Watch, and it's going 180 beats per minute. And I'm perfectly calm. And I'm like, holy shit, my heart is racing because that moment just happened, and I'm high as a kite. So it's like,
so
these are the things
to your
that, like,
point,
you would never
yes, but
understand.
But if there is a guy there that is
Filming.
capturing it and then editing it in such a way that it captures the essence of what you were feeling in a short amount of time, where somebody can watch it in 10 minutes and be like, that's fucking hilarious.
I wanted
I
to
can
throw
relate to that.
myself
It's
out
all
of the
about-
element.
And every motherfucker that plays the game on any level can relate to what you went through. If you go out and have fun on the weekends with your boys, I mean, what do? We go fucking, like, that's golf. You get a 10 a.m. tee time. Everybody goes out there. We buy 100 beers. You got the weed smoker. You got the fucking guy that probably went out last night. God knows how much cocaine that guy did. Who cares? He's in a fucking whirlwind. But we're capturing the whole thing, and it's relevant.
And it's real.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I want to get across to people. It's like, if you guys want this to happen, this will be very real.
Yeah, we need a little help.
This will be very real in a very big way, to where, like, this isn't like, oh, we're going to just capture the best shots that happen throughout the day, and we're going to curate this storyline behind it and everything. No, it's all going to happen right in front of you.
Yeah. I think we end it there.
Fantastic.
Great night.
Well, folks, Trevor's in Arcadia. Best pizza in the house.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like, honestly,
We had an awesome old-fashioned.
Fuck. Thanks for hanging out. For real. Tuesday night. Fuck. I got a full day tomorrow.
Me too.
I got a job. Matt's got a job. We got shit to do tomorrow. This is not going to be easy to wake up and hop on the
Yeah, my
bell.
job is going to be editing this goddamn episode.
You gotta do that.
in the
I got-
morning.
Bro, I got a coffee order I got to deliver by 8:15 tomorrow morning, and I got to be sharp. So,
There you go.
yeah. It
Comes with the territory.
yeah, it's part of the deal.
But next week, we got the U.S. Open.
big fucking week.
I mean,
Oh,
and then I'm on a cruise.
what?
So we need to talk about this. I'm on a cruise. I didn't realize this when I
when were you gonna tell me that?
didn't realize this, but I'm on a cruise from Thursday to Tuesday. I get back Tuesday night. We might do a late podcast Tuesday night.
Come over to the spot. Let's do it at the house.
I think we might have to.
All right.
Yeah. But and then I move Wednesday into the new place.
Hey, are you guys having a good time? Has this been comical?
I know you guys have enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
fuck, dude. We're just being real boys.
So
So.
next week we got to figure out where we're gonna do it. You got some ideas?
I have
It's 1,000,000 degrees outside.
one idea, and I think we do the all about golf thing.
'Kay.
But let me discuss that with the owner.
They were
prior.
on the bench after the Masters.
Yes,
But
and,
I will allow that.
And he's going to have his pool going.
Okay.
Yeah, his pool going for the U.S. Open. So it might be a really good opportunity to hop
Okay.
in there and be like, "Hey," because Todd runs a pool
'Kay.
at All About Golf, and if we were to go live there, he will open it up to anybody that a spot isn't sold to,
Love that.
and that could be open to the viewership based on first come first serve basis. So,
Love that.
Yeah. You
Okay.
You could get in $5 Venmos.
Reach out. Let me know tomorrow. And by the way, folks, thank you to our sponsor, Swannies Golf.
Yes, sir.
Bullhook Golf 25 at checkout.
Yep.
Utilize that for 25% off your entire order. Swannies.co. And once again, Arcadia. Trevor's in Arcadia. Great spot. Great pizza. And
great whiskey.
Seriously, cheers.
Very nice.
Gentlemen, we will see you soon. Peace out, everybody.
Love you guys. Go with crowd. All right.